trying to look for people. But
he was there, and he had just had a kidney transplant that day, so there he was. He just
not quite that drastic. So
no, he had some shit done, some tests done, and stuff like that, and he braved it. He came out. He's way taller than I thought.
How tall is? How tall is?
I mean, he's like close to your height, and I did not expect
6'1". I'm an average
That's
human
still
being.
you're taller than me.
That is not average. I am average at 5'9".
That's average height for a woman.
No,
we're the same height, and I can tell you that is tall for a lady.
Yeah, she is very tall. And I believe actually the average for a woman is like 5'2".
No,
5'3".
No,
maybe?
no. You're thinking of
Casey's
Korea or something.
No. Hey Siri, what's the average height
is the
of
average
a woman?
person?
5'4". American woman. Hey Siri, how tall is the average man?
Here's an answer from wikipedia.org. The average American male is 5 feet 9.3 and 1.76 meters.
Yeah. So see,
I got 5'7" on Google.
I was thinking meters. That's why I didn't understand.
Yeah,
1.7
right.
meters.
That makes mathematical sense for sure. That's
I was
unbelievable.
doing the conversion right.
Okay. Somebody needs to put your do not disturb on, or otherwise we're going to be dinging like we're in an elevator.
Yeah, that's me. Sorry about that.
Jesus Christ. 2.5 years we've known each other. Still just with the elevator impressions. Guys, it's great to see y'all. We're going to have a great time tonight. I can just see it. Let's start this game. Sean, who is back in the daycare.
And now, Jared Goes to the Movies presents everyone's favorite podcast game show. It's time for 5 questions, where we ask 6 questions, and the high score is 7. Here's your host, Jared Reddick.
Hello. Welcome to 5 Questions. Man, do we have a doozy for you guys tonight. We have 3 players, one of which is really good. And and we are talking about a movie that I have no idea what the hell happened. Lars and the Real Girl. So we'll just see how this goes. First of all, let's say hello, of course, to... Hold on, guys. Sorry. I forgot I do actually need this. I was thinking I didn't. Sean's back, and I didn't think I was going to need this thing. And here I am, and I forgot. I still get to control the applause because most of it's for me.
That's why I was looking at you.
Yeah. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. Let's see. Let's reset these guys. With us, he is 10-17, and honestly, it's not a fair record. To be fair, he should have a couple, 3 more wins. However, the coin toss totally just found him and Loganed the shit out of him.
Watch out.
Yeah. Give it up for Jason Ellsworth, everybody. Jason, it's good to have you here. And no, you got to see me play the other night, and Eric was there. Yep. How you doing?
I'm good. It was a fun show. I had a good time. So brought my daughter and her boyfriend and his dad, who I've never met before, but now we're like, texting and beer drinking buddies, and so.
Oh, good. Well, that's a fun show to bring him to. Very cool. I fuck with you about stuff because that's my defense. That's what I do. But I was glad to see you up and after your procedure, and anyway, it was great to see you face to face. I had met him before, but he was always sitting. So like I met him at the live events that we've done.
He towered,
and he just fucking towers over me. He's like a satellite,
4 inches taller than you.
Yeah, almost. I measured it with my dick.
So you double it.
Yeah, exactly.
It was real awkward.
It was, but we made it through. I mean, his son's or his daughter's boyfriend's dad thought it was a little bit weird. Why is this guy measuring your height difference with his dick?
Why is he setting it right on your
forehead?
forehead?
What is happening right now? How is
it? It took him twice too. So
it did. That's what I'm saying. But well, you know what the thing was is I couldn't get a boner.
Here, hold this.
I'm not into foreheads. Jesus. This show is going to
What's
be
happening?
fucking crazy. I don't know. All right. Also with us is 3 wins and 13 attempts, everybody. By the way, Jason doesn't have 17 losses. Did I say that? 10 wins, 17 attempts. With 3 wins and 13 attempts, Chris Cranfill is here, everybody. There he is.
I do believe a win the last time he was on the show.
I believe that did happen. And so, we if you guys were paying attention, you're both in pretty good shape because Vinnie Cataldo is here this week at 1 out of 17, and he is going on no sleep. It's finals week, and he did not watch the movie. Everybody give it up for Vinnie. Hey,
What movie, Vinny, what movie did you win on? On what
The
movie?
first one, which was Horrible Bosses, and I went up against Cranfill.
That's right. That's right.
Started off so promising.
he but he had a the thing is, Vinnie, though, the last couple of times he's been on the program has actually done well. He got 4 out of 5 of the original ones and then didn't make it into the
which was more than he
finals last
had
time.
combined the previous 10.
That's pretty much out of all of his 18 tries, 17 tries.
So, I do want to say something real fast. I did watch the movie. It's just I don't know what the fuck happened.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't either. Shit.
Okay,
You're,
yeah,
you're,
I think that's pretty typical.
you're in the same boat as me and Amy
Uh-oh.
and Casey. I think she's seen this twice. You know. All right, guys. Let's see here. Let's get into the game. I, of course, will ask you 5 questions. I come up with them right off the top of my head. And here we go. All right, guys. In the movie, shit, it's not at the top of my thing. I gotta keep looking over here at the game. Lars and the Real Girl. What is the name of the real girl? Yeah, let me give you a softball right away. I'm gonna be honest. I watched it two nights ago. I don't remember.
That question was real good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Singer.
Got it.
He's back. All right. Let's see here. Vinnie Cataldo, what'd you say?
Bianca.
All right. And then, of course, let's see. Chris Cranfill.
Bianca.
All right. And Jason, what'd you say?
Yeah, Bianca.
Bianca. Bianca, 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 Bianca.
But not really.
Excuse me.
All right, guys, this is a bit tougher. When he takes Bianca to the doctor comes up, I guess, with a brilliant idea in her head to be able to see him/Bianca each week. What specifically was wrong with Bianca that had her worried? What specifically was wrong with Bianca that made her say, I'm going to need to do a treatment on her weekly? And because she was a real doll, it made me think of those. You ever see those porno things where it's just a girl in the stirrups being like examined by a doctor? Who the fuck would be into that?
Does it turn into sex?
No,
or it's
it
just-
doesn't. It's like, and it's usually some like troll like doctor just, I've got the tools here.
Oh.
And they're just
Oh,
like,
don't
don't
ever say that.
and that's the thing, right? You're a very guy, you know the description of what that shit feels like going inside him, and it fucking hurts, right?
Is it a speculum? Is that
Yeah.
the thing that
Oh,
spreads?
I don't want that thing anywhere
Yeah.
near me.
That's
I
not the
do.
part that hurts.
No,
what
be
part
honest.
hurts?
The giant mascara brush looking thing that they shove up into
for the schmear?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
just swirl it around
As
really
in
hard.
pap. Yeah,
Pap smear.
yeah, it's like a COVID test for
Get
your
as
vagina,
many cells as
You put it on a
possible.
bagel.
right?
Oh God, nobody's gonna eat a bagel from now on.
I still would. I don't
Yeah,
give a
me
shit.
too. They're delicious.
Yeah, they are delicious. All right, guys. Chris Cranfill, what did you say?
They kept checking her blood pressure, so I put low blood pressure.
Okay. Vinny?
Same thing. Low blood pressure.
All right. Jason Ellsworth.
Yep, low blood pressure.
That is correct.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
Unbelievable. All right, guys. Let's see here. Now, the church has a meeting, and everybody goes around the room and states their case on how they should go about this whole thing, whether or not they should pretend along with them, or whether or not this was even a thing to do. And the Reverend is up, and the Reverend takes a look at everybody and says they should do what? A golden rule
Well,
that
no.
people should live by. It's not a golden rule, though.
You know
No.
what the golden rule is?
Do unto others. Yeah.
Don't fuck your neighbor.
Not going to. So yeah. That's all I can say. It's a phrase that everybody knows.
We got it.
Okay, you got the gist of the.
I mean, I
phrase.
got it.
Okay.
They're not writing
Yeah.
shit down, but
It just caught me that sorry, my wife is texting me and I'm just making sure she's good to come back on here shortly. And she is. Okay, guys. I almost gave him a hint. I'm glad I didn't do that. Jason, what did you say?
What would Jesus do?
Yep. He even wrote it down like the bracelet. Vinny?
I was too tired to remember.
It's okay, buddy. Chris Cranfill.
As soon as he said it, I remembered it. I'd put do unto others as they would have do unto you, but you're right. I think it's I didn't write it down. Vinny's
Also,
right.
Chris, me and Eric wouldn't have fucking said it if that was the answer to the question.
we try our best.
Okay, good. Jesus. Chris is tired too. Jason Ellsworth is correct. What would Jesus do? Very popular bracelets for a long time, and I would, of course, take credit for them and say, "What would Jared do?" And
Snap bracelets.
And as a fat kid, so most people were like, "I don't know, eat pizza." That never happened, but that fucking would have been
Eat
funny.
hamburger pizza.
Hamburger pizza, yeah. By the way, that's a topping. It's literally. I've been paying attention to that everywhere, and it's offered everywhere that has it.
Everywhere that has children under 6 eat free definitely has hamburger pizza.
It
You're
comes
right.
on Meat Lovers Pizza, though. It's a thing, and I like.
Did you really not know that? Did you really not know that?
No, they're just messing with me, Vinny, because I like hamburger pizza, and but not like cheeseburger where it's like onions and pickles and shit.
No, just
I like
hamburger.
He likes the unseasoned ground
beef
Yeah.
on there.
pizza.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah, it's
So weird.
fucking delicious.
They put it on Meat Lover Pizza because it has other meats that taste like things,
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
like meats.
like, would you have meatballs? Like, if it was like meatballs?
Yes, that's delicious.
Okay,
but
that's a
meatballs
different thing.
Are
right?
seasoned. Meatballs are half beef, half pork. With,
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
fucking breadcrumbs and eggs and shit.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Just making sure. Shit.
I don't want to have to explain it to you. It's science.
Well,
but-
I know my fucking father-in-law makes meatballs every week. Actually, every day.
Well, it's half beef,
It's got pork in it.
half pork.
So, what religion is it where I can't eat that on Fridays? Is that or they can now? They keep changing,
Catholics don't eat meat on Fridays, but
but they keep changing that so that people will go to church.
Hasidic Jews don't eat.
Well, it has to
pork
be
or something.
it has to be kosher, right?
I don't think there's a way to make pork kosher. I
Yeah,
don't think they eat pork.
A bishop fucks a pig.
No.
They spin that motherfucker around on a beach.
Oh, spit
Yes.
roast.
People dance all around it and shit. It's different in different countries.
On a beach.
I
But-
looked up spit roast on Google, but it's totally different than what you're thinking.
Oh, that was funny.
It's one penis in the mouth,
All right, guys. Here we go.
one in the back.
All right, guys. This is a really tough one. Good luck. Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and gentlemen. In the movie, Lars and the Real Girl, when it is snack time at the office, while he is pretty much just fucking Margot, what delicious snack does he get out of the vending machine that nobody actually fucking eats anymore?
Good question.
What delicious snack does he
I'm
get out
stumped.
of the vending machine? And this is the hint that nobody ever fucking gets. I think they put him in there because the shelf life.
He had
Yeah,
a squirt
I think
soda.
so too.
Remember squirt?
Oh, of
Squirt
course I
yeah.
did. Me and my brother thought that was the funniest soda of all time.
Ruby Red Squirt.
And slice. Remember
Ooh,
slice?
Sure.
Orange
Yeah,
slice.
slice. That was that was a big thing for a while. Slice.
Lemon lime.
All right, guys. Let's see. Jason Ellsworth, what you got?
Cracker Jacks.
All right, Vinnie Cataldo.
I had no idea, but I put something delicious.
Okay, and well, hold on. You might not be. I got it wrong. Do you think Cracker Jacks are delicious, Vinny?
I mean, I think they're good.
Okay, well, I can't give you
not.
that. Sorry, Chris Cranfill. What did you say?
Animal crackers.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Jason Ellsworth. What do you call a kid that can slide like that? You call that kid a Cracker Jack?
Oh, I don't think we can do that anymore.
No. Oh. What do you call a snack with a secret toy surprise in the back? Peanuts and popcorn to make your lips smack. They call that kid a Cracker Jack.
Sir,
It's
2021.
Sorry, I know. You don't think they brought the Noid back? Hey, remind me to tell you guys about this. Do y'all know about the Noid?
About Kurt Fletcher and the noise?
No. Do you know that? Oh, did Kurt Fletcher put that out the other day? Yeah. Is that the most fucked up shit?
Mhm.
I couldn't figure out the timeline on the whole
It's
thing.
great.
You can explain it to
Yeah,
me
we'll
later.
talk about it
Oh,
on
I
the show.
can't wait.
Got to talk about it on the show. All right. Let's see. That's question number 5. Jason, I'm going to 5. Jason has 4. Vinny 2. Cranfill. God, I missed you, Sean. I got my little scoreboard right here.
Scoreboard.
Vinny and Cranfill both have 2. That means it's anybody's game. So it does. All of this matters, guys. Basically, these next couple of questions matter to everybody but Jason.
Go, Chris.
All right, guys. Here we go. La di da di da do di do di da la bru bu bi bu 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 ba.
I know what Casey's talking about now.
What?
The you and that.
What? I'm just thinking. Isn't that what people think?
Squiddity-bop-bop-bop-a-doo.
Squiddity-doo-boo-boo, la-di-da-da-boo. All right. Let's see here. All right, guys. Here we go. This is my last question. When our hero, what's his name? I can't think of his name.
Lars.
Lars. That's right. It's in the title. Sorry, I should have figured that
The
out.
other one is Real Girl.
Got it. Okay. When Lars goes to the party, Bianca's not thirsty,
Right.
but Lars has a what? Bianca's not thirsty, but Lars has a what?
Something delicious.
That was the most that was the most fluid party of all time. Like they walk in there and everybody's having a great time, and then everybody's attention goes to this fake doll.
Mhm.
And
Record
it's just like,
scratch.
you know what? Let's all just go have a seat. We were just all standing up having a great time. You know, people were getting drunk and shit.
They had a dance floor.
They had a dance
There's
floor.
an awful lot of people for what seems to be a really small northern.
Yeah, but
weird
that's the way it's
town.
like.
Is it?
I don't know. We put fucking 80 people in this place at Christmas, and you've seen it, and it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, it is.
So, I mean, there were probably, 15 people there? Not house.
No,
Think more than that?
200 probably.
200 at least, yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
by my count.
Vinny, what'd you say?
I had no idea, but I said a bottle of wine.
Okay, good guess. Chris Cranfill?
I put wine.
All right, good guess. Jason?
Yeah, 1 beer.
He had 1 beer. That is exactly right. He did go get some wine for the host, who was out, and he was being a very charming man.
She had
All right,
the
guys.
mostest.
Jason, you have 5. Vinny 2. Chris Cranfill 2. Need one of you guys to get this next one right. Otherwise, Jason, even though it doesn't affect you directly,
It'll be a coin toss.
they're going to be a fucking coin flip. Okay.
Eric's off on a tangent again.
In the scene where Lars is reading to Bianca, from what Miguel de Cervantes classic is he reading? Whose main character also has delusions after reading too many chivalric romances. In the scene where Lars is reading to Bianca, from what Miguel de Cervantes classic is he reading? Whose main character also has delusions after reading too many chivalric romances. That is Eric's off on a tangent again. Question number 6.
Very good. God, you're so good at that. You're such a good presenter.
Rehearse that one in the mirror.
I'm just over here like, what color was his shirt in the beginning of the movie?
All right, guys, I'll give you another couple of seconds. It does look like Chris is still writing. It must be a very long title.
It is.
Let's go to Chris first, actually. Chris, what'd you say?
Big old question mark. I don't know.
All right, Vinny.
Who the fuck is that?
Okay. Just for kicks, Jason Ellsworth.
Not a clue.
Oh, okay, so Eric, what was it?
So all these guys had to do was think of all of the Miguel de Cervantes novels that
Yeah.
they know. Then think about which one is about a man of La Mancha
Right,
who has delusions,
Okay.
fights windmills.
right.
Don Quixote is the name of that.
Okay, there we go.
Oh my god.
Fuck off.
That's like a super famous story.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Should have been a Sean question, to be honest.
guys, here's where we're at. Jason has 5. All you can do is sit back and relax and hope that this coin flip goes your way.
Just take it.
Vinnie and Cranfill both have 2. Vinnie, a coin flip here puts you at a good chance of improving your record to 2 wins. And Chris, I'll offer you the same thing. So I'm going to do this. I know you've had a rough week, Vinnie. Why don't you call it in the air? Heads or tails?
Tails.
Okay, tails. You can see it spinning, and tails it is. Wow,
God.
Vinnie Cataldo with a coin flip. Chris, I'm sorry, that does mean you are out of tonight's game, but you did play very, very well. You got 2 out of 6 right. And,
Around here,
that's not too shabby. All right, Vinnie, here we go. It's time for, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. It's in the song.
It's time for Sean's questions, the 7th question, and sometimes it's hard.
All right, Vinny, 4 categories: films, Bianca, shooting schedule, bowling for Margot.
Bianca.
Bianca. Throughout the film, Bianca displays several different faces. How many in total are shown on screen?
Throw a guess. I'm going to say like 5.
I would have guessed 6.
I would have guessed 100.
Nope.
Answer is 9.
I'm sorry. That was a very good guess. I don't know how anybody could have known that, but that's why it's called Sean's Super Hard Question. Your winner tonight, everybody playing for Wendy Croft, who could not be here, Jason Ellsworth. Jason, who now has 2 winners plaques, is quickly approaching his second attempts plaque. Yeah, the rest of you are not really even close to any. Oh, no, Vinny, you're about to get your second participation plaque, too. So very good, guys.
My first.
Well, it's right over there.
I got my shot glass. Thank you. I got
It's literally right there in the box.
I see it.
I seen it.
I mean, Woody came and picked his up. I'm trying to save on the mail.
That's it. If you want the shit,
Come pick it up.
We will get them out now that COVID is not a thing anymore. I don't
India might have something to say about that, but okay.
Yeah, well, we'll see. All right, guys, thanks for playing. Come hang out on the chat if you can. If not, we'll see y'all next time. As always, you know that we could not do the show without y'all, and your support does absolutely mean the world to us and to all the other listeners. So y'all be good, and we'll see you later.
All right. Later, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. All right. I might go share this since Casey's not in here yet.
I'll do
It is 8:02, but I'll go share this on the Book of Face.
God, share the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Share that shit.
Uh-huh.
This summer, when you think vacation, think National Lampoon's Vacation. See the real America.
Hey, underpants. Hey, yellow.
It's friendly.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Don't you want to look at the Grand Canyon?
It's educational.
Great.
And most of all, it's fun.
The dog went on the picnic basket.
Let Chevy Chase, Beverly D'Angelo,
Clark.
Imogene Coca, Randy Quaid, John Candy, and Christy Brinkley.
Well, are you gonna go for it?
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Take you for a ride. This summer, when you think vacation, think National Lampoon's Vacation.
Better check under the hood.
Ah, welcome to paradise. For the incurably romantic, there is Club Med. For the incredibly wild, there is the club that's mad. Private Resort, where two eager guys can resort to their most private fantasies.
I'm telling you, this is the place to be.
4 days made in heaven, and it's all theirs.
Oh, look at that.
Now they can worship the sun.
And we
rejuvenate their bodies.
I'm in love.
Meet stimulating people.
Yeah. Be free with me, Rockalama.
And bare their souls.
You must lose your artificial layers. You mean my clothes?
I beg your pardon?
Dance. Would you care to dance?
What?
Dance! The fraud's dead.
It's the perfect escape, whether you're on the wrong side of the law.
Give me that knife.
Or on the flip side of reality.
Whoa, dude. Excellent cut. This place is insane. He's got my diamond. Come on.
It's the great getaway.
It's gotta be your room.
For all kinds of action. Come join the feast. Go ahead. Just dive right in. You'll want to stay forever.
Is this place always this crowded? Wait till we get to the sauna.
Private Resort, the third in the private school private lesson saga. Now you can get away with everything.
Whoa, a mom and a dad. I'm home.
You know what we need? I mean, besides bread. We need a woman who appreciates what we have to offer.
Freddie Shute loves to cut class, hates to do homework, lives for summer vacation.
Look, Freddie, you're a semi-charming guy and a real snappy dresser. You're just not the kind of guy I date anymore.
Yeah? What kind of guy you dating now?
Oh, the kind who wears socks.
And the only reason he hasn't been expelled yet is because he's the gym teacher.
Oh, Mr. Shoup.
At Oceanfront High.
Congratulations. You've been chosen to teach summer school. No, I'm not a real teacher. That's all right. These aren't real students. They're unmotivated, irresponsible, not too bright. They'll relate to you.
You in this class too? I'm teaching it.
No way! Right off the bat, you show them who's in charge. Please take your seats.
Where should we take him?
Who is in charge?
I recommend this time I pass.
You're gonna do well, Jerome. I can feel it.
I've seen some of your students. Very scary.
There's a very valid reason for summer vacation. The human brain needs rest.
I know you guys aren't exactly fired up about English. We're stuck here. We're trapped like rats.
Tension breaker had to be done.
Mark Harmon.
You need an intelligent, sensitive man who can skate.
Kirstie Alley.
Do you know such a guy?
Oh, they're hard to find.
And the Oceanfront High summer school class of '87.
They're as smart as you and me. You and I. All of us.
Paramount Pictures presents a new film by Carl Reiner, Summer School.
I love this film. It had passion and a plucky spirit. Dave, I agree with you. Thumbs up from me. Same here. To sum it up, I'm Chainsaw. I'm Dave. We'll see you at the movies.
Warner Brothers is proud to present the story of a guy
Good morning. I'm here.
and his bike.
James Bond kind of stuff.
Together for the first time in their first big movie.
I meant to do that.
I say we kill it.
Yeah! I say we let him go.
Merry Christmas!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jarrett Goes to the Movies, a weekly podcast where Jarrett Reddick and friends get together and talk about a movie that they watched that week. Plus, whatever the hell else is on their minds. Get ready for the best hour and a half you'll have in the next hour and a half. Here they are, Eric, Casey, Sean, Amy, and because he's famous, his name's on the show, Jarrett. Welcome to Jarrett Goes to the Movies.
Welcome everybody to the show. Couple of things. If Casey's not in here when we start, then I need to sample Casey when he hits that hard C, so that when she comes in, we'll be like, "Hey, you know who's here? Casey."
That's a great idea.
Welcome to Jarrett Goes to the Movies. I'm Jarrett. We are talking about Lars and the Real Girl this week, and if you're not a lot of people in the chat, but some people may notice that I'm still dressed as Vacation Jarrett. Yeah, I'm just gonna limp out of it. I think there's only 2 weeks of school left, so like, I'm just
you don't look like Vacation Jarrett.
I
You
don't?
got a truck now, and so you
Yeah,
look
I think
like
it's an overall
East Texas Jarrett
change.
now.
Yes.
I do not have a truck. I talked about this on this week's Rockstar Dad show. Actually, you can get that podcast now. But I honestly didn't know that cars still broke down. I had no idea. I have not had a car, any sort of car trouble that wasn't a flat tire since we were still in a van. So since 2003.
Seems like your car ought to text you and say,
Yeah.
Right?
My carburetor is out of fluid or whatever.
To be honest, it's supposed to do that. There's an app every month. It sends an email and it tells you all the shit that your car's been doing.
I'm doing fine,
Yeah,
Jarrett.
yeah. That's
Does
it.
your car do that?
My car is pretty old compared to the cars.
How
Jarrett
old is your
drives.
car?
It's like 2018.
Oh my, that's disgusting.
That's a lifetime
Mine's
ago.
a 2019, dum dum.
Technology. Why?
That's weird. You got the last year that we both drive Armadas, and you got the last year that body style, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one of those, but I needed new tires, so I got a new car.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes around. I was like, this armrest fell off. We can't pay for that.
I was explaining this weekend on vacation because us and the Pit Singers, Amy and her husband and the Fishers went to Broken Bow, and I was telling somebody about I think it's me and Amy talking because I needed new tires, and tires are fucking expensive for this car. I had a car payment due, which when you trade it in, you don't have to pay that. And you always get like a month without a car payment when you buy a car.
You'd have been crazy not to trade it in.
I mean, I trade the thing in, and like that saved me $3,000 that month. You know,
except for the depreciation on your previous car that they just roll in, and now all of a sudden your payment's $1,500.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah. I know. Being upside down is that's the reason. I swear to God, like people, if you're ever buying a car, if they start that, what do you want your payment to be bullshit? Just tell them to go fuck themselves and tell you how much the car is.
Yep.
Because that is the biggest scam. It's crazy because they can make your payments whatever you want. They really can. Because now they're doing 7-year car loans.
So, yeah, we can get you in a car. It's 140 months.
Yeah.
At 18% interest, and low price.
You think to yourself, okay, fuck it. I'm going to drive this thing 140. I'm going to just do it. I'm going to no. And then in 6 months, you want a new one. And you're so upside down.
Yeah, the longest I've ever driven a car is about 25 months.
What? Yeah.
So, yeah. It's, I mean,
about 2 years
it is.
2 years.
And we should be leasing, but it's like now I've got $400,000 in negative equity on all the previous cars for the last 10 years. And so it's never getting out. I'm never getting out of this.
That's the thing, right? I mean, it's just like the whole iPhone thing. If you're going to get a new phone every year, just fucking get it with the payments and just do the 48, whatever. It goes up every year. So what is it to now?
True.
What is it like?
$56
$56 a month. And you're not out $1,100.
No, but you used to get those things for $199.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. It's so funny. We talk about this a bunch on again on Rockstar Dad. We do overlap a lot, but it's insane to me that we as parents or that our parents would fuck with us about some Air Jordans that were $89. And now we send kids to the 5th grade with a $1,500 computer in their pocket.
Yeah. And then it gets taken.
Oh, any of that shit.
There's so much stuff that gets stolen around here.
Jack got his screen fixed one day and took it to school. And that fucking morning it was in his backpack and he cracked it again.
Oh God.
Yeah. He did not want to tell me that.
I bet he didn't.
I'm a softie though. Like I really wasn't that mad.
One of those Otter boxes. We're not sponsored by them.
Oh no, he did. He did have to get that. That's the thing. That's the rule. Right?
I don't even want a phone. If I gotta put it in one of those fucking
suitcases.
Yeah, and it doesn't fit in your pocket.
No.
It doesn't fit anywhere. I'd rather just not.
That's the punishment.
Probably drop it more if it's got one of those on it.
Yeah. That's the punishment. That Everett still. I mean, gosh, it's been over a solid year, but his iPad is still in one of those things.
Oh yeah, the kids are definitely in those little handle.
Oh yeah, like
phone, oh no, okay, so he took his out of that a couple of times, and so Mama was just like, "No, we're not doing that anymore." He has like the full. It's military grade. You know, like they actually ran over it with a tank at the store to show us.
Yeah, it looks like one of those military computers.
That it does actually. That you can't do anything.
Hold on, we're getting in the
they're bulletproof
mainframe right now
to the thing. But yeah, I'm still in vacation mode. I guess I don't know. I'll get out of it. I did have a very very productive day today. I think I will. Maybe not. Maybe I won't.
Dude, cruising. Jimmy Buffett has been doing this for 40 years now. He's just permanently on vacation.
I'm going to try something new this summer. I'm going to try this.
Hawaiian shirts.
No, I think so. Casey started a new job today, actually. But by the time you hear this, it will be like earlier this week. She started a new job, and she's going to be gone for 4 days a week during the summer. And so, I don't want to leave Everett hanging on the weeks that we don't have camps and stuff. So I have decided, are you missing something?
I thought he was laughing at me because he was watching me not find it.
I am going to try and be off work by 3:00 every day.
Nice.
Yeah. For the whole summer.
Which you used to wake up at 3:00, right?
Oh, I still do sometimes.
Okay, fair enough.
Still can.
Yeah, I can if I want to.
I don't think I can.
If I went to bed if my wife was having fun the night before and was like, no, we're going to stay up and dance in the kitchen. And I'm like, please let me go to bed for the love of God. And she's like, no, we're doing the whole Grease soundtrack and then Hairspray.
Yeah, because he's saying no the whole time. From
oh my God, I don't want to do that. Okay.
Well, I mean, I didn't say that there was a lot of arm twisting, but anyway, on those nights I can sleep pretty late. Anyway, so it's been good. Things are good. Let's see. Eric and I, Eric, hey, how you doing, buddy? Eric was nice enough to accompany me at my acoustic show here in Plano, Texas last week. And it was really cool. Thank you to all of the Jarrett Goes to the Movies listeners for coming up and saying hello to me, to Eric, and Amy was there, and Casey was there, and Sean was there. We had the whole cast there, just never all in the same place.
Everybody.
Almost all in the same place at the end of the night, but we didn't quite get there. But yeah, that was great. And Eric, thank you so much for doing that. I had a blast. I know a lot of people who are listening to this saw our stage that we did during COVID, and but it's just always good to play music with you. That's how this whole relationship started, and I appreciated you being there to back me up, so to speak.
Well, thanks for letting me barge in on your shit. It was your show, but I weaseled my way in there, and that was fine. I do want to talk about something that happened at the show, though.
Okay.
And it's good. It's good news, so don't worry about it. I saw your two oldest were there, Jack and Emma.
Yeah.
Both there at the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I've met each of them maybe twice ever. But I would like to let you know that each one of them made it a point to come over to me after the show and say, you did such a good job. I had no idea, what. And I just thought that was really, really nice for two people who don't know me from Adam.
Thank you. Yeah.
So excellent work raising those kids.
They are good kids. They have good manners. They're thoughtful. It's I'm really lucky. All three of my children are good citizens. That's what I say. You want to raise good citizens.
Citizenship award. Tell them they get a sticker from Uncle Eric.
Yeah, I will. It was great fun, and your whole family was there, which I thought was super cool. My aunt came up, and man, Eric, I had told Eric, I said, you do have to drink some beers during the show. And he goes, no, man, I'll have to pee. And I go, no, that's fine. I'll do a song by myself. I won't have to pee during the show. I never do.
Son of a bitch.
And I don't know what happened. I guess it's because I peed right before I went on stage and broke the seal. But we're up there. We're about to start a song. And Dave goes, yeah, you guys still got like 35 minutes to fill. And I'm like, man, I don't know that I can make that.
We have 3 songs.
Yeah, I'm like, you want to hear Eric play a song? And Eric's like, no, they don't.
Everything happened in slow-mo the second that came out of your... And I just looked over, and every song I ever knew in the history of the world just left my brain immediately. And I just looked at that thing like I'd never picked up a guitar before on Earth.
Yeah.
But...
Man, I
I'll
gotta
have to be honest. I didn't know that wasn't.
No,
a
it wasn't
thing.
planned. It was not planned. Yeah, it did look like a bit because you were like, no, it did seem like.
Oh no, this old thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Rod on James, who's a big supporter of the show, he goes, so Eric played with you? Because he saw the photos, and I go, yeah. He goes, does he even play guitar?
No.
I'm like,
we just brought him.
I'm
around.
like, what an interesting question to ask.
Has he listened to the show?
Yeah,
in the
I
last
don't know that
2.5 years.
He
mad
actually hasn't.
When Rich left, he quit.
The second the podcast goes over 2 hours, he goes, nope.
Yeah. Is he still a producer? He's still a producer.
Rod on James.
So yeah, he still gives us $20, but he doesn't listen
For
anymore.
nothing.
I don't think.
He's getting
Well,
paid
I
nothing.
think he knows that it's a big deal to sports show, and
It's a big deal.
that's that.
More people should do it.
Casey started a new job at a new salon today, and so it was like your first day of school today, babe. And how would you say that it went in comparison to 7th grade?
Man, I would say my first day today was almost like my second day because I started yesterday. But
it's like Groundhog Day, where you woke up.
I don't know. I don't know why you wouldn't have just played along with that shit.
Nobody
fucking.
You
You're
wouldn't
right.
have played along with that.
That's very true. Very true. Stay out of this. This is marital.
Sorry, you guys.
Keep it on that side of the room.
Hey, Amy, how are you?
Yeah.
So yeah, but yes, I'm super proud of you because you stepping out of your comfort zone and also commuting a long fucking way down to where my career started, Deep Ellum, Dallas, and but you're liking it so
that's
far.
where my conception started.
You're-
So
okay. I did not know that.
Mhm. Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
So a lot of good
back to my old stomping ground.
a lot of good
Outside of
things.
Club Dada or
A
something.
lot of good things have come out of that.
Oh, gross.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm excited about it.
Everybody make sure you're following her, Casey Yant, on Instagram.
Around the house, outside.
Not
wherever she goes.
not
In my
like-
car.
not out and about. Because we listen to a lot of true crime. We kind of make sure we're not being tailed all the time.
Yeah, like I check the
I
backseat of my
kind of
car at
always
night
think
all the
I'm being
time.
followed.
Yeah.
Who do you think's doing it? Like murderer, like CIA,
Ooh, I didn't think about CIA.
Deep state.
like mainly just like stabby people, right?
For sure.
Yeah, same. I think there's just a bunch of stabbers walking
They-
around.
Walking by myself. Ooh.
So I think I can tell this story on here. I don't care. I'm not going to drag anybody else into this, but I will say the first time I went to go buy gummies for my anxiety, because I'm not a big drug guy. I never have done drugs or anything like that. But somebody was like, "Hey, these gummies." In fact, it was a dude whose kids played baseball with our kids. Was like, "You got to get some of these gummies, to help your anxiety." So I, the first time going to get those, it was like every fucking car at every stoplight. I was like, and I'm going to buy 20. You know what I mean? Like no drug police officer wants anything to do with that paperwork, right? But there is something that gets in your head. I'd never done anything like that before. And there is something that gets in your head and you're just like, okay,
Everybody knows.
that is a big antenna on that white car
It's
right
all
there.
black SUVs.
Yeah, that is.
sunglasses.
Yeah,
You start regretting all the tattoos immediately.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh shit, they know.
I did this thing where I like parked down the street
Oh no.
and just waited, just so I could catch them
Did they flicker the porch
tailing
light?
me,
Like,
no. And it was during COVID. And so I had to go up there and get it off the porch and leave the money in a book, and the whole thing was just, and I was just like, okay, but I left my car running you know? And I got back in like that meant anything. Like, what am I gonna fucking speed off and have a car chase and shit just so you guys can watch me?
We could watch it.
Exactly.
I've never even heard this.
You
This
know
is
what
hilarious.
I want
No, I
out
have
of a
never.
car chase.
I've never told anybody this. Actually, literally anybody this, because it's just one of those things where I don't. Casey, you say this to me all the time, and to other people, I hear you say to other people, like, I am never out of my comfort zone. Like, I just don't really get it. There's very few things that can get me there, and that was one of them, man.
It's like you needed a gummy to go get the gummies.
To go get the gummies. Yeah,
Your secret
exactly.
is safe with us.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, you and the other 10,000 fucking people that are listening. But yeah, anyway, I was 100% convinced that it's a sting, and
most people get paranoid after they take that shit.
People are going to be like, I just, you know what my job is. I don't need that shit, All right, and Amy, we had a great time this weekend with the families and the kids.
Have a good time.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. We
Yeah.
had a giant ass house. There was plenty of room for all the peoples.
It was really good. Yeah, it was. They had this room upstairs. So there's 4 bedrooms with king size beds. And then they had this one room upstairs that the whole wall, the length of the entire place was bunks, like a tour bus.
So did the
kids? No, the adults. No. Well, each of the adult couples each had one room with, and then if it was your turn to go into the 4th room, you went in or whatever. But
we should ditch the Galaga machine and just put bunks here. Like parties.
Just for hey guys, you can crash here.
Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea. No, it was great fun. And we went to Broken Bow, Oklahoma. Shout out to Grateful Head Pizza. It's my favorite in the world.
Oklahoma.
It was so good, right?
And we did the thing where this is actually a funny story. We're going in and we're waiting outside, and we had to wait for 30 minutes. And so we're standing there, and I go, "Hey guys, here's the deal. We can't buy too much pizza." And everybody's looking at me like, "Okay, what are you saying? Like, you don't want to overspend, or you don't want to do, like, what's going on?
Do you need to borrow a couple bucks?"
And it was like, he's saying it's impossible to buy too much pizza because we're gonna eat this later. And we bought six large pizzas for 6 adults and 5 kids. And
I got a personal pizza for myself.
Yeah, that's right. And then we got our asses kicked, but then we had lunch for the next day.
Oh, great so
fun.
good.
Yeah.
I never had it before.
You ever been to Broken Bow, Eric?
I have been a couple of times. My aunt and uncle have a little place up there, and we're actually going later on this summer. I was telling Amy earlier, right after July 4th, going up there, but never been to Grateful Head, so we're gonna hit that up. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Well, you and your family should order 6 pizzas.
Well, we won't have that problem because Kelsey already orders a large pizza for each person who's wherever we are to have pizza.
That's
and
how
it's
I am
always too much.
Yeah.
But
I'm like, what do you think?
Well.
But it's not
think these kids are gonna do?
Not enough.
The more that I hear about her, and the more that I hang out with her, and it was nice to hang out with her at the show the other night, the more that I like her, because that's like
you didn't before, so that's saying a lot.
Shut up. That is not true.
He told me.
No, I did not. Shut up. But
I defended you, Kelsey. I told him, I said, I like her.
Greer's first birthday party was insane. And it was just the fucking coolest. But you guys had to have had so much shit left.
It just goes in trash bags, and I know that going in.
But you just let her have that.
Yes.
It's like with Casey and and Valentine's Day and Star Test Day and all this. I go, hey, you don't have to do this, and she goes, oh, okay. Are you done now? Because I'm just gonna do it. And I'm like, okay, well then you just do your thing.
I'm just the money man in this operation, and just the less I know about it.
My dad used to say,
I'm just the bank.
My dad used to say, bring the money home and shut up. That's what he'd say all the time. It was super passive.
Oh, my dad also said, I just work here.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yep.
That's a good one. Guys, I don't know if y'all are as excited as I am, and I know to the average listener, maybe you won't even be able to tell the difference. But COVID hit in early March, and we were still trying to get together from time to time. And then we were Eric, you were remote because of obviously your own concerns, and Sean was still coming here. And then Sean got put on super secret lockdown. And we're really glad to welcome Sean back to the daycare studios, everybody.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Sean is back.
Thanks.
He got here, and I had not prepped the studio. He came up here, and he cleaned up, and he got all the mics set up, and I was like, oh, I remember. I didn't used to have to do all this stuff. It really was. I mean, he fucking got it all down or whatever, and a lot of the shit's different. The computer's different, and because the computer, that's the last time Sean was here was when the computer fried, and he came over here, and then he went home, and then Casey got COVID, and then his wife was like, "You're not fucking going over there anymore." And then
here we are
a year later. Mean to.
Yeah, and then but here we are a year later. Yeah,
no,
I know it's like
January.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just after Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
the side eye that you get whenever you go to like follow up appointments. And they go, and so what was the date of whenever you had COVID? And you say December 26th. You just get like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, it was you.
You're one of the people that travel, and I wasn't.
This is though the first time all 5 of us have been in this room since Amy started the show, right?
No.
Because she joined during COVID. You guys couldn't come here anymore. Oh, but you had started coming back.
We tried.
And then I fucked it up.
And then somebody, and I'm not going to mention any names, but their initials.
Okay,
are
so
Casey Ann.
we were back a couple of times. You're saying, and then it's all blurry to me.
I actually can't remember either.
Yeah, because I know that we only did a few episodes with this layout where you took my old corner and I'm over here where nobody's ever been. Uncharted waters over here. Yeah, I mean, this is just an area that I just needed to get to know in my studio. I had never sat here before.
It's good feng shui.
Shui sauce.
Soy sauce. Oh, God, I'm hungry again.
Well, Sean, we are super glad to have you back, man. And in all seriousness, it was awesome to see you walk through the door. 20 minutes early, by the way.
It's going to be so good to see him walk out the door. If you know
Is that a total Sean move to be super early?
He's early. He's not ever late. If he's late, he's panicking and like texting and stuff.
Yep,
and
that's
like,
me.
but he's never late. Definitely usually 5 or 10 minutes early. Like it's and that's just, I just know that. It's like, if he's coming over at 7 at like 6:15, I'm like, hey, Casey, you need to put on pants. That kind of thing.
I'll do the same.
Right. If I'm come over your house at 7,
you're there at 8.
It could be 8. There at 6. It could be there at 8. Yeah. You just fucking never know. It depends. End of the day, and it's time for beer. I'm not the one holding shit up. Okay, guys. That's the intro to our show. 53 minutes. No, I forgot. We played the game first. So what is that? Not bad.
30.
About 30 minutes. 30 minutes and nothing. Oh, I was going to talk about this fucking the Noid. I have to talk about this.
You can't,
unless you want me to save it for, I can do it on Rockstar Dad.
No, you can't avoid this. You need to.
So you didn't see this, Amy?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Do you remember the Noid? Avoid the Noid for Domino's Pizza. They used to have that. So basically, what the deal was is that they used to have this 30-minute guaranteed delivery.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And so basically, until that became a liability, because drivers were getting penalized for those free pizzas they were giving away. So they started having wrecks and things like that. There's a bunch of civil suits. They had this character called the Noid. Okay.
He would make your pizza cold.
He made your pizza cold if it was in the car longer than 30 minutes.
Okay.
So you were trying to avoid the Noid, right? So this thing went on forever. I mean, people had statues of this guy, stuffed animals and shit. Like it was a very, very popular item, right?
Dang.
So apparently, Kurt Fletcher, comedian, very good friend of the show, who we're going to go see. That's right. And he's going to be here this month. He posts this thing and I had no idea, but basically this guy goes into a Domino's Pizza and just shoots the fuck out of everybody.
Oh.
Yeah. You didn't read this?
I guess I missed the part where he shot a bunch of people.
I
thought it was just a hostage situation.
Oh, maybe it was.
And everyone ended fine. Oh,
I thought everybody was dead. Either way, they were either hostages or fucking dead.
Got it.
And this dude's last name was Noid.
Yeah, Chuck Noid.
And he had basically thought that this whole campaign was just about him and how he had some issues and how everybody was supposed to avoid him because he's the Noid. And anyway, that's the very last day that commercial ever aired. It was that quick. Pretty crazy, right?
When did this happen?
1995.
Okay.
So you were 8.
You were 10.
I was 10.
You were old enough to know what the fucking Noid was. Like you were watching television.
I'm surprised that I don't remember what that is.
It was everywhere.
He was it looked like a rabbit. He was red and had these droopy ears, right?
Yeah.
You said it was Domino's?
Domino's Pizza.
Oh, we were
That's
a
right.
Pizza Hut family, so maybe that's the... Oh, that character looks familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kate goes...
Okay, that's a good one.
Kate in the chat room goes, obviously, paranoid.
I get it.
That's funny.
That's fucking good. All right. Well, I needed to touch base on that because that blew my mind. I had never caught wind of any of that. I mean, 1995, I was in a band and on the road by that point. And so I didn't see any movies for 5 or 6 years or watch the news. So anything, it's all just blank.
Well, it wasn't a movie.
I know commercials and or newspapers and shit.
You didn't watch the newspapers. Yeah. Bowling for Soup didn't get up and start their day with the New York Times and just talk about
sometimes
events.
If we were in the van, if we were sleeping in the van, we started the van with a day beer. Sometimes we'd brush our teeth with beer. It's good.
Guys, have you seen the news today about a certain avian creature?
All right, guys. I have no news to report, but I think we've talked enough. I do want to let you guys know that we are 100% fan driven. And Patreon is the way that you support the show and become a part of the winning team. Hours and hours and hours of outtakes available to you out there. The show, this podcast, when we're doing it live, runs 3 to 3.5 hours. And obviously, some of that extra stuff that you don't get in the podcast goes somewhere. And that is to Patreon. Also perks that show up at your house every once in a while. And you can get into all that shit for as little as $1 a month on patreon.com/Jarrett Goes to the Movie. So we'd love to have you. It's a big family over here and lots of fun ideas being cooked up as well. So hopefully engaging more and more people. The more our sponsorship goes up, obviously, the more that we can do because all of the money goes right back into the program. We have 2 new supporters, guys. Gus Mantis the Fourth, everybody, is in for $10 a month.
And Gus is in the chat room.
And Gus is in the chat. Everybody in the chat say hello to Gus. And Michael McClary, everybody, is in at the $20 level. And what does that mean? That means that every single week, as a $20 supporter, that's $20 a month, but every single week he will hear his name as one of the producers. And our producers are all at the $20 level or up. But I must say that for a very long time, and probably for a while to come, this is a David Dooley and Woody Chambers production. Our producers, again, are all Patreon supporters at the $20 and up level, and they do include, this is them. Ad Craner, Amy Pittsinger, still sponsoring the show.
She does what she can.
Hasn't even crossed my mind to go in and cancel that.
She's on the free shirt we just gave out. Oh shit! I didn't even. Okay, well,
did you get your shot glass?
Yeah, she
did.
Yeah,
I was really excited about it.
Okay, Andy Smith, Brian Mason, Brian Sullivan, Brian Dunning, Shell Ordway, Chris, the $12 million man, Cranfill, Chris Jacobs, Colton Swartz, Corey Reed, Daniel Cotton, David Dooley, David Groundhog's Day Kendrick, David Murray, Dennis Hop, Denny Chambers, Derek Smith, Diane Small, Dom, Surfing Bird Petretta, Ernie, the Soul Man McCracken, Gage Strickland, Gregory Cordone, Greg Lee, Greg the Hammer Stevens, A Hangover You Don't Deserve podcast, Jared Spear, Jason Ellsworth, Jason Palladino, Jeff Millman, Jeff Yeager, fucking Joe Barlow, Joey Bishop, John Gickler, Joseph Richards, Josh Hanlon, Josh Millman, Kate Etro, Katie Gardner, Kim Murphy, Kirsty Fisher. That's Les Zalewski to you and me, Lily Holohan, Lindsay Sponsel, the original one at a time supporter, Lisa Winsel, Lucy Murray, Mandy Pretty, Michael McClary. There he is, guys. Michael Price, Mike Breton, Mike Leblanovitz, Mike Crotchburns. Sorry, I stumbled on that. That's so funny. That's a good one. Nick Brignoni, Rodon James, there he is. Ray Elliott, Rich Osborne, Robert, Dirty Muffins, O'Doyen. That's right? O'Doyen.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Blackstone, Dirty Muffins. Sean Blackstone, Sean Barger, Steve May, Steve Rhodes, Tim Trafton from Maine, Trey Wren, Vinnie Cataldo, Wendy Madda, Woody Chambers, Zodiac Zach, and Sfee Hurst. Those, ladies and gentlemen, are your producers of the show. This week, we're going to talk about the movie Lars and the Real Girl, and everybody at the $35 and up level. And I'm done talking about the sponsorship, but I'm excited about this because you can literally submit a review each and every week, and we will play it on the live stream and on the show. This week, guys, I got a nice surprise for you. We have a movie review from Jason Palladino.
Greetings and salutations, Jared Goes to the Movies fam. Jay Palladino here with a quick review. I was looking forward to joining everybody here tonight on the 5 questions, but I got to tell you, this was not what was expected, not by any stretch of the imagination. Take this as a cautionary tale, kids. Past performance is not indicative of future results. When I read the tagline for this movie on the HBO Max where I picked it up, it says, Ryan Gosling stars as a painfully shy small-town guy who begins a delusional relationship with a life-size sex doll. And I immediately thought, oh no, like, what is going to go on with this? As it turns out, this is a very touching story, and it gets into some serious stuff with mental health, which I know you've dabbled in here on the show. So that's pretty cool. The movie actually is very tender, and I enjoyed it. I do enjoy movies that aren't comedies, so this was pretty good, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity to watch it. Otherwise, I probably would never have known that it was not a comedy. I honestly did not expect this movie at all. So thanks for that, and here is Lars and the Real Girl.
Jason Palladino. I gotta say, not far off from what I was thinking.
He is spot on.
Yeah, very close to the way. Because somebody said, and we got more intro to do here, but somebody even told me, somebody in this room I thought said it gets pretty wacky. So I just assumed that was going to be sex stuff.
I had not seen this. I chose this because I hadn't seen it and always wanted to, but it was always one of the things I heard. The movie's so weird.
Yeah.
Well, the premise, I guess, is weird.
Yeah.
But the movie itself isn't weird.
No.
At all.
Yeah, Casey and I were trying to figure out who picked it. I thought she did. She was like, no, not me. Because I've only seen it once and I didn't remember anything about it.
Well, then I was wondering, I was like, did I pick it? I've seen this movie several times.
It's shown up on our trivia movie round enough times where
that makes sense.
And I always get it right.
I'd always wanted to see it. It seemed interesting.
Smart, because that's a thing. I know I talk about this all the time, but one of the things that this podcast has provided for me, who grew up with movies and I talk movie, it allows me to see movies that there's no way I wouldn't have seen this on an airplane list and watched this, and then of course it's awesome to be able to get together with you guys each week and talk about it. But 2 hours also where me and Casey are kind of forced to sit down and watch something together that maybe both of us haven't seen. So spot on there, Jason. And so we're going to talk about Lars and the Real Girl this week. It's PG-13, which should have been the indicator that we weren't going to get to see a bunch of butt stuff with a doll.
Well, they didn't say that the butt was anatomically correct, right? Just the vagina.
Can I ask you a question? How come their mouth isn't open?
I think it is.
It's a little open.
Yeah, you can force
just
it
like
in there.
any woman's mouth.
Right.
It's not just constantly open, but when it's time,
I just blew my nose on
it
myself.
opens up. Are you used to having sleeves? And
I made myself laugh and just snotted all over me. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Right there.
I sniffed it right back up.
Oh, okay.
That's talent.
Now I'm going to swallow it.
That's what Eller does.
Okay. So anyway, that's what I thought was going to happen. So you think it opens wide enough for you to because I'm not bragging, but
they're very expensive. Of course it would.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would get too many returns from neckbeard perverted weirdos.
Right.
I thought you were going to create
Neckbeard.
a like screen name, like or an email.
That's
like
the thing,
neckbeard pervert 73
.org.
Like you'd have to have
at Hotmail.
to own one of these. You'd have to have a bedroom with a lock on it, right? Like you just.
I
don't...
have a feeling you probably live by yourself.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
probably.
okay. That's
you don't
what I'm
want your
saying.
cats getting in
But
there.
that's what I'm saying. You live by yourself, but I don't know. People come over, right?
I don't think they do, and that's
No.
the case.
Yep,
Oh.
that's the whole
If your
point.
life got to this,
Yeah.
and here we are doing exactly what the movie warns us not to do,
not to
which
do,
is be
right?
judgmental fucking
Sure.
pricks about people
Well,
who may.
I think
Man,
it's spot on for some of
I
them.
bet you sales were fucking booming during COVID. You know,
Good point.
if they had supplies and the factory
Yeah,
was
think
open,
about like okay, half
Alexa. Oh, God damn it! I didn't know she would really come on.
yeah, she does.
yeah.
Okay, let's see what she has to say. No, she's just ignoring you.
Some people got trampolines. Some people
Yeah.
got swimming pools.
Yeah, some people got real girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or boys. They have boy ones.
So while we were watching this, I Googled, how much does one of these cost, right? Well, Amazon, of course, has everything cornered, and so
You said we didn't have to do Father's Day.
it's a description of what it is I'm looking for, but it doesn't tell you where you're going. And so I click on this thing, and it's a headless, armless set of breasts with a torso and a vagina.
No
like
legs.
like a CPR doll.
I guess, yeah, but like a vagina.
I
that
think the
you know-
arms just get in the way anyway. I get that.
Yeah, what do you need those for? Anything a doll can do with its arms, I can do better.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean,
Except choke myself.
and in the if like
yeah, get me one of them choking ones.
Yeah,
Get them
kinda
choking
really-
dolls.
Yeah.
according to the memes, if a girl uses their hands during doggy style, they're not experienced.
What do you mean use their hands?
You're supposed to be face down,
Well,
ass up.
that is
Like
the
on
way
your
that some of
elbows.
them like to fuck. But
Yeah,
Did you just make yourself uncomfortable as that came out of your mouth? 'Cause that was the
that's-
funniest thing I've ever heard in my
that's a
life.
song.
yeah,
That's the way that
face
some,
down,
some
ass
people
up.
like to.
Have intercourse.
I think you
Make
bailed
love.
because you didn't know if any of us knew what the fuck you were talking about.
I heard
knew
it.
you
Yeah.
would know.
2007 romance sex drama, guys. Hour and 46 minutes. Surprisingly good reviews. I'm not gonna shit all over this movie. I liked it. I did. I really liked it. It's not something. I'm not gonna say that I would sit around, go, guys, what we gotta fucking watch tonight. Like,
Well, I
Like-
don't do that with Schindler's List either, but that's a good fucking movie.
I've never
It's not
seen
like
that.
everything has to be.
I'd watch Schindler's List with like
Entertaining.
if we were hanging out on a we had a Sunday off, and it's like everybody's hungover. You're just
And
like,
you want to watch
And
Schindler's
you just
List?
wanna
I've never seen that movie.
even more sad.
have we done that? We've done that, right?
I've never
No, but we
even seen it, but because it just.
Oh, I get
Do
that.
that movie.
I get that
Are you
mixed
thinking
up.
about Shawshank?
I get it mixed
Yeah.
up with Shawshank.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Me
I
too.
knew you were thinking of Shawshank.
Yeah.
You see
Yeah.
the little gears.
It's so
I
funny
saw the whole thing happen.
because I'm like,
there's no
Yeah,
way
he
on a
gets out of
Sunday.
prison at the end.
Sunday hungover, we're like, whoa, let's fucking watch Schindler's List.
I've never seen that. Yeah, I
You know
totally.
how I love the Holocaust.
Yeah.
When I'm hungover,
Oh
babe.
no!
Holocaust Sunday.
I guess let's not do that one.
If we're gonna do, we gotta do it at the barbecue.
Oh. Oh, no.
Rule number 1, Eric. He fucking broke rule number 1. Jesus, you'd get kicked out of trivia for that.
Also,
Um,
Schindler's List is 3 hours and 17 minutes. It's like a
That's
lot
not
of
time to do a
holocausting.
brisket.
That's
re-
what I mean.
That's
Like
reminiscent of last May.
an afternoon off.
Yeah, we're gonna do we're gonna do Holocaust like June.
No,
No,
no.
all right.
Holocaust jokes are not funny, and frankly,
Oh, no! He did it.
Here's the deal. Lucy Murray in the chat room just goes, wait, no mafia movie May this year. Last year we ended up having to do, I believe, 5-6 episodes in May. 5 episodes in May.
I loved it, by the way.
It was great. I loved it too. The part I didn't like was after 2 weeks of it, listening to Amy and Casey constantly going, Why the fuck are we doing another
my
mafia
God.
movie this week?
The stories are very similar.
Golly.
Yeah, that's why
Usually-
we're gonna watch Schindler's List in the boy in the striped pajamas.
Oh
gonna be
no!
great.
Now, is that with John Travolta?
Oh my God! Did you? Okay, Kurt Fletcher said June.
June.
J-E.
Oh no!
Yes.
I'm gonna run away for this. 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb, 81% on Rotten Tomatoes. Budget $12 million. It made $11 million.
Well, that's close.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
That was
Wait, close.
also, what did they spend $12 million
doll?
on?
Yeah,
Well-
Ryan Gosling and a doll
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
flower arrangements in the church.
Okay, I see that.
And
No, they were fake.
oh yeah, they were.
I think it was just Ryan Gosling and the doll. That pretty much tallies
Was he
up.
already pretty big? Like he was.
I don't
Yes.
know. I've always wondered.
Yeah.
Eric, you had not seen that before, is that right?
No.
All right.
Over to
Eric.
synopsis.
An otherwise normal guy, Lars, shocks his friends and family when he takes a realistic sex doll as his new girlfriend. Can his friends convince him that she isn't real before it's too late?
Wow.
Too late for what? I don't know. It just seemed like
Yeah.
that's the way they end
It's
those
not
things.
bad. That's not bad. I mean, that's pretty close,
It's
right?
just what else? I mean, yeah, he's not an otherwise normal person. He's kind of a weird guy already.
Sure.
And they don't try to convince him of anything, but
No.
it just kind of seemed like
He
that
did-
would be what the movie would.
He did take a real doll as
Kinda.
his girlfriend, and all of his friends and family reacted in some way.
I've taken a lover.
Yes, he has.
Also, this came
Over
out
to
3 years after The Notebook, so yeah, he was already
He was doing just
Ryan
fine.
Gosling.
over to Eric for his synopsis.
A delusional young man strikes up an unconventional relationship with a doll he finds on the internet.
Wait, read that one more time.
A delusional young man strikes up an unconventional relationship with a doll he finds on the internet.
Dude, that's fucking great. Did we ever get an intern to start going back on these things?
No,
Woody was supposed to.
you fired our last 3 interns.
First of all, I have
don't
not
even know
fired
if we have
anybody.
any.
To be fair, Sean started out as intern producer, and now
Look at him now.
Oh, I was an intern.
he's getting paid the big
We
bucks.
all know he slept his way up. He slept his way to the top here.
Yeah, man, that is spot on.
That was really good.
So I really would love to know like the top 10 most accurate things. How many movies have we done? What number is this?
260.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of fucking movies.
It's a lot, but at the same time, I'm like, that's it.
I mean, you literally only have to go to each of them 260 times, fast forward like 30 minutes in, and just find it, right?
Well, then why don't you
That
do
sounds
it if
like
it's
a
that
nightmare.
easy?
Oh, I don't have enough going on, Don't fucking talk shit.
But other people must
Yeah.
have all the time in the world.
Man, I bet you at least 30% of your IT friends have one of these fucking things at their house.
One of these
not
fucking
in
things.
IT. I work in fucking marketing.
Oh, I thought.
Bruh.
I'm sorry.
But you got some IT friends, right?
Bruh, I mean, I have a lot of IT friends.
That's what I meant.
Why do you talk IT so much?
Who
Yeah.
probably bone Jack Tuck
Why do you look all IT?
I'm not ITE. I just work from home. I don't know why y'all are being
like
so
an
critical.
IT
I think y'all need to look at yourselves before
kind
you
of
start
face?
pointing fingers at other people. This movie taught you nothing.
It'd be funny if they had a movie called IT, and it's about this IT guy that accidentally lands on Mars. And and the aliens are just like, oh my God, he's adorable. Let's ride a bike around and dress him up as a ghost and shit. Like
I was struggling with where you were going because I was thinking of.
That's
the
weird.
Stephen
I knew
King.
exactly where
yeah,
you
you
were.
did
Like,
didn't you?
immediately.
Well,
Well,
she
yeah,
doesn't even
no,
always
you-
laugh at my jokes on the show, and she was
Yeah,
fucking
you,
there.
Miriam, but I thought you were going the Stephen King IT
Oh.
route.
But,
So in my
but
mind,
in space, like clowns
when
in
you did-
space.
Yeah,
That
you
sounds
never
terrible.
saw it too.
You too.
Brute.
Yep.
Oh, Julius Caesar reference.
Is this a dagger I feel beside
In
me?
your butt.
Out, damn dagger. Out, I say. That's it.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
cool.
brava.
Is this a dagger I feel? He doesn't say inside, right? Is this
Nobody
a dagger I
knows.
feel?
Tiny
beside me?
daggers.
tiny daggers
That NXS
in
song,
my spine.
Say,
make me happy. What are we doing? Let's fucking start talking about this movie, guys.
Watch this shit.
Go.
You know, you're a good-looking fellow, Lars. Where's your girlfriend?
I don't have one.
Are you gay? My grandson's gay. I know all about the gays.
I know, but I'm not gay, so.
Well, don't leave it too long. It's not good for you.
Okay.
Here. Give this to somebody nice. For a start.
Hello, Lars. I guess I'll see you at work tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, bye.
And then just into a fucking sprint.
That scene made me think that this movie was going to be funnier than it was.
Yes.
I chuckled a couple times, but
Had
I
a
thought it was
few.
going to be more dry, funny.
Yeah, it had some good comedy moments in it. This actually made me laugh pretty hard.
Yeah.
That chunk into the flowers was just completely off guard.
Nope.
And this scene is super important because it sets a bunch of tones. It sets this weird crush that this girl already has on him, and he has not given her the light at the time of day.
Wow, chicks dig that,
right?
though.
Well, that's true. We have talked about that too. But it also, the woman that he walks out and just her asking about his life and all of that, who she's his champion pretty much the whole time, but it sort of just establishes the way that the town feels about him. You know, that like it's not just her, like everybody, you know, he's a weird dude, but he's helpful to people. He does things for people around.
He goes to
kind
church.
He goes to,
minds his own business.
Yeah, he
probably doesn't talk shit about people.
But he goes to work every day, and he, you know, it's like they say it was, I forget who asks, the doctors, or she's like, you know, does he get up, get dressed by himself? Does he go to work? There's nothing wrong there.
He's a functional person.
You did y'all ever get the feeling though that like he was just gonna fucking lose his goddamn mind? Like I felt like he got to the brink a couple of times.
What is that Michael Douglas movie where he
loses
his mind?
Shit. Oh, what is that movie?
Falling
down.
It's
Yeah.
one of those
And
where
it just
halfway
that's
through-
the end of
Oh,
that.
no.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Oh, I got to see that movie.
Isn't that sort of like what happens in Breaking Bad? Like, doesn't he get fired from his job and then he just starts lying about having cancer and shit?
Not even a little bit.
Man, you got one detail of that right. He does have cancer.
No, he gets fired from his job like
Nope.
the first step. No,
He has cancer. That's why he starts the whole thing.
Oh, doesn't he have to get a job at a car wash or some shit?
Nope, doesn't have to.
Does he get a job at a car wash?
I think he does work at a car wash.
Two. That's two,
No, he
man.
had a job
He
at a
buys
car
a
wash.
car wash.
Then he buys the car
To
wash.
launder money.
I didn't
Spoiler
get to that. I
alert.
didn't get to that part yet.
Okay,
And then
if
he
you haven't gotten
launders-
to that part of Breaking Bad now, then
you.
let me tell you everybody that dies in Game of Thrones immediately. I don't know.
Eric Snow. or
Not
whatever his name
Brand.
is.
Jeff Snow.
Yeah, just ruin everybody's fucking show for the whole time, right? Brand stays until the end.
Who's
Yeah.
Brand?
He's the kid that fucking Jamie Lannister pushes out the window and he can't walk.
Oh, the little
And
cripple.
He ends up in
little
charge of
cripple
everything.
Oh.
We played a new
Spoiler
game
alert!
recently, and you had to you pick a specific category, and then you have to, let's say one of them was Game of Thrones characters, and then you have to assign each character to a different person in your group.
Yeah.
And this little game kind of picks what is it called? Pick your personality or something like
This
that.
one,
But
that
it'll
one's called Role Models.
Role Model.
Role
yeah.
models. But
Yeah.
that's a fun game. Sorry, I went way
And then
off.
you have
No,
you
that's
have
good.
to act like that person the rest of the day.
No, you
No.
just because you're somebody else on the
No,
next round.
it's like you have 5 people play this game. You pick a category such as that, and then everybody has to vote who in the group would be which character.
Well, let's play it.
And then right
Yeah.
now,
And
Well,
then
we
you
could-
go through that a few times, and then it'll
At the
try to
end, it
it'll
doesn't
say
assess-
Eric is a super
Psychopath.
crazy but funny, heartfelt friend or whatever.
But
and then
but
theirs-
sometimes it'll be
Wouldn't
like
say that.
The object though is to, you get the more points for
the personality things are pretty. They're kind of pretty
getting
close.
it right. It's like, if we had the Muppets, it's like, who would you assign to what? You're obviously Oscar. You know?
What does that mean?
It just, you're dirty. And
I'm Snuffleupagus, if anything.
I think that's Sesame
that makes
Street.
me Big Bird. I don't want that.
I think that's Sesame Street too.
Yeah.
La 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 la.
Okay, I think you're just talking about Sesame Street now. I think you're like exclusively talking
Well,
about
Snuffy
Sesame
is on Sesame Street, but I will say that Sesame Street is often the Muppets do make appearances.
Oh, they do. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kermit the Frog is on Sesame Street. What is this? What argument are we even having right now?
Yeah. Well,
But you
Ernie
said
and
Muppets
Bert
and not
on
all the Sesame Street people are Muppets.
They aren't in the Muppet movies, but they will appear in the audience and shit on stuff.
It's like a Venn diagram of Muppets, Sesame Street characters, and then in the middle,
And some of them.
there's an overlap.
Yeah, that's good. That's right.
That's called a Venn diagram.
That's good. See, Fozzie is never on Sesame Street,
Right.
but Miss Piggy is.
What about Beaker?
No, he.
Actually, I don't know.
What about the Swedish chef?
Viva Bobbin. Isn't Gonzo on both?
Man,
He has a dick nose,
it's
right?
been
He has a
40
bent dick. He has Dennis Rodman's dick nose.
What happened to Dennis Rodman's
He
dick?
broke his dick.
Oh,
Well,
having
his
sex
dick-
with Madonna?
Not Madonna. I think it was Kathy Ireland or
Springsteen?
Not Kathy Ireland. Carmen Electra, I think.
It's Carmen Electra.
Yeah, I think that was it. Karma, Electra. You broke his D.
Roadhouse.
That's not even a Roadhouse. Sorry. You broke his D.
She could break my D.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about still. I
There
haven't
was
seen
a
her in
point.
while.
No, I'm telling you that
No?
girl you probably wouldn't know.
Not anymore.
Carmen
I'm not,
Electra?
I don't know about wouldn't, but you wouldn't be as excited as you would have been 15 years ago.
Images.
I don't know, Jared. I think he'd be just fine.
You think?
Yeah.
All right. So in this scene, again, a lot of things. You learn that he's a kind guy. You learn that they're all super supportive of him and all these things. You know, they've known him his whole life. You know, he grew up in this house, and his parents, both died there. And at least in living there. Small towns are funny that way, right? They sort of just take care of themselves, and everybody knows everybody's business. This was actually on a show I was watching today when I was eating my lunch. It was about murder. I'm sure you probably knew that, but they talk about how everybody knows everybody's business, but sometimes that's not a bad thing because they're there to help you out. And
There's
shit
this. I wouldn't know. I grew up in a town, a suburb of Dallas that still had 300,000 people in it.
Yeah.
So I think, and maybe it's just movies or television that kind of romanticizes the sense of community that you get in a small town that you might miss out on living in Plano, Texas, or something like that. And these days, even at least for us, the community doesn't feel like a community at all. I had to quit Facebook because our community Facebook page was so fucking toxic of people just talking shit to each other nonstop, starting fights, like wanting to, well, what's your address? And I'll come over there and tell you what it's just, I mean, I live with a bunch of hillbillies out in the middle of nowhere, so that makes sense.
Right.
So I wonder how true that is for people who did grow up in really small towns. Did you feel like everybody was in your biz all the time, or did you feel like that was manageable? And the really great part about it is always having a group of people who were supportive and tie the yellow ribbon around the old oak tree in front of your house.
Even frenemies sort of have each other's backs in situation. So I grew up in Wichita Falls. 100,000 people. It never grows, never shrinks. It is just a black hole of, if you try to leave, it sucks you back in. If you ever go back, but around Wichita Falls are all of these towns of 1,000 people, 8,000 people, 10,000 people, whatever, like Iowa Park or Burke Burnett, or where my dad preaches now, Archer City. It's like literally the nice restaurant in town is the Dairy Queen. And like the Sonic didn't make it. You know what I mean? Like it is that fucking small.
Well, Sonic went to hell.
Yes.
About 10 years ago.
Oh, do you mean as a restaurant?
Yes, as a restaurant.
Yeah.
They should all go out of business.
Wait, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
No, there's still good Sonics.
No.
Yeah, there are still
There's
good
still
Sonics,
good Sonics, but they're like
Wrong.
not the one here.
Yeah.
Not the one out by where I live.
No, it's not good.
No.
The
And I
one-
used to fucking love some Sonic.
Oh man, the one by Home Depot where we live is good. That one, they've got their shit together. Yeah. And the one in Salina.
The Salina one's pretty good.
Yeah, the one in Salina is good.
Okay.
Maybe Sonic's just not good, Eric. That's
that
how I
can't
feel.
be. I think it's good.
I mean, that can be true, but it doesn't explain why I used to like it and now I don't.
Because you're an adult.
Yeah, because
Your taste buds changed 7 years ago.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's when I started eating pussy. So maybe.
By the way,
Whoops.
What? In the chat room, Turntable Inner Eyes says Sonic was never that great, just good drunk food. And here's the thing: you live in Texas now. Drunk food is just Whataburger. That's it. That's all we have.
I never wanted Sonic when I was drunk.
No.
When I would play on Greenville, there was a Taco Cabana.
Oh, that is good.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And so that was okay.
You're right.
Cabana.
And I have been.
Well, how do you say it?
When I lived down in Uptown,
When
we
I
had the
lived
Taco
in-
Cabana.
In Plano.
Is it Cabana? Taco Cabana?
It's Cabana.
It's Cabana.
Cabana.
Taco Cabana.
No, there is
Fucking
no
Taco
Enye.
Cabana.
I have been known to shove some IHOP
Or
up my
just
ass
Taco
too when I'm
C.
drunk.
Yeah, because it's open late. Sonic closes at like 11. Like
Yeah,
if you're
you
drunk
can't
at
be
Sonic,
drunk
you're fucked up. You did it wrong.
Yep.
Yeah,
Got it
or you day drunk, or you play golf, or fished.
When you're day drunk, you have a lot more options than
Right.
Whataburger
You
and
don't have
Sonic.
to just go to Sonic.
Band rehearsal started at 1 p.m.
She's
Like,
right.
there's a lot of ways you can end up.
You want to
super-
drunk eat? I will show you the way. Okay, guys.
Side
Like,
cheese.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
wow, she's saying that that they had a 24-hour Sonic. I've never seen that before.
Oh,
in
dang.
South
Because
Carolina.
nobody wants Sonic 24 hours.
Come on and
Correct.
raise it. I don't know. I will fuck up a breakfast burrito anytime. If I had to live off one food for the rest of my life, it'd be breakfast burrito.
What?
Well, you can put anything in that.
Well,
I get it.
But it would literally just be sausage, egg, and cheese on a white tortilla. That's it.
Mine would be nachos.
Mine would be
Because you can put
pizza.
anything on a nacho.
Which kind of nachos, though?
The
And then
ones
we'll
I
get to
make
pizza.
at my house.
I know, but is that where they're individually made, where they've all got the same shit on them, or is it a stack of shit with scoops of other shit
Yeah,
poured
oven
on there?
nachos or like
Oven nachos, but
Oven
here's the
nachos.
deal.
Yeah.
They make these, they're like tortilla size, but they're crunchy, like chip size.
A
So they're
tostada.
a tostada.
Oh.
You just make 6 of those
Oh,
with your beans on there, then
Sure.
your cheese.
Those are
and your meat,
chalupas.
Those are
and your
nachos
whatever,
grandes.
And they're just big nachos,
Tostadas.
and they're just great.
Yeah.
you made some
In elementary
tostadas.
school, those
I don't
were
think
chalupas.
that just because I switched out chips for a bigger chip
Yeah.
doesn't mean I changed the entire theme.
No,
of
What are
that's
you
what it
talking
is.
about?
in
You
there.
roll it up, it's a burrito. You fold it in half, it's a soft taco. Yes, that's exactly what you did.
No,
All
but you
Mexican
don't put
food is different shapes,
refried
same shit.
beans inside a taco.
100%. You
Yeah,
can.
you do.
No,
It's called a bean
oh yeah,
taco.
you can put anything in there. Let's not
It's a bean
start down
taco.
this path.
You never had
Eric,
one of
I'm
these?
really
put
sorry that you had a
anything
tostada.
on
I don't know why you're
anything.
yelling
No,
at
it's
me.
put-
just nachos.
You can put beans on a
Big
hamburger. It's
Wait,
called a
nachos.
beanie burger.
Maybe
Delicious.
his tostada identifies as a big nacho.
As a chalupa.
right, and I don't think that you have any right. To
I'm not a
tell it.
tostada. That's like I'm just big boned. Like
This-
I'm just a big nacho. You
This
don't
movie
understand.
taught you nothing about nachos, obviously.
Okay, Amy. if-
Nothing.
If you would eat
I'm gonna use
pizza,
that all
but
night.
what kind? Like New York pizza, or just regular pizza, or like what you? Because this is the thing, you don't get the gamut of all of it. You
I
you
agree.
have to pick one food.
I would choose New York style pizza.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. Good answer.
Right. Yeah, and you put whatever toppings.
That's right. If
for
I
your
want
last food.
vegetables, I could do that.
Well,
if
and
I
the-
want meat.
No,
But you know,
that's
No, you said it had to be. What did we say? It had to
Oh,
be
I
the
thought
same?
you just meant
you
one
gotta
style.
make it.
You're not letting me finish, but she could get whatever she wants and then pick off the shit that she doesn't
Yeah, I would
want
get a
that day.
supreme.
And then dig around the green peppers, which is impossible. You can't do that.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you
No,
can. They're
they
big.
grab hold of you, man. Those motherfuckers.
Oh, they'll take off a bunch of cheese.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
It's that, and it's one nacho, and that's your whole
But
piece
you
of
That's
pizza.
right.
But you don't need that much cheese anyway.
Yes, you
Oh,
do.
yes, you do.
What the fuck are you talking? We're on pizza now.
What do you mean? What the fuck?
Hey, do y'all have?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'll just hang out over here till y'all get done talking about pizza.
Do y'all
Sorry.
have? Wait a minute. Hold on. Do y'all have a taco casa there where you live?
No, but
No,
they're
it's a taco
building
queso.
one.
Oh, you're getting one. Have you had it
Casa.
before?
Casa.
No, and I haven't had it. But
Dude.
you guys said it was awesome. But
Oh,
they only
it's
serve
awesome.
one thing.
No, they have four.
Well, they
things.
have tostadas.
nachos.
Yeah.
and they have nachos, and they're very
those big.
Are they big tostadas or little toast?
They're tostadas.
Yeah. Also, Goose the Fourth, Denny's.
I think if I had to,
it does change geographically. Yes, Casey.
I think I would just like if they were like you can only eat one thing for the rest of your life, or that you don't eat. I would just be like, will just eat grilled chicken and spinach because then I'd be forced to be skinny.
Oh, I like that.
You're reversing the whip on the whole
I have
situation.
No choice. It'd be disgusting.
Wow, way to go on
Look
that.
at how healthy I'd be, or I'd die.
Way to one up us.
Okay, Sean, follow that.
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out burger. Yeah. And what would that be? Like a double burger and some fries?
Yep.
Animal style.
Nope.
What's that again?
I don't
They
know.
grill
They
the
put
onions and shit.
Wait, let me look it up on
There's
Urban
spread
Dictionary.
that they put on it.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Hold
Oh,
on, I'm gonna find out for you.
Sauce.
It's either a hamburger or
Animal style.
an anal sex.
it's jizz. It's obviously it's not in anymore. It's out, and they've jizzed on it.
Yeah, in and out.
Nope.
Of
Fucking
your burger.
California got Urban Dictionary. It's
Oh,
a food
jeez.
altercation which can be ordered at
There we go.
In-N-Out Burger.
Well, anyway, those of you on the chat who are getting all geographic with me, I did say that I was talking to Lucy Murray, and I was saying that now that she's in Texas, it's Whataburger. Of course, it depends geographically where you are, what you get. Anywhere there's a Wawa, you fucking go to Wawa. That's it.
What's a Wawa?
I do not get
It's
that
a
place.
convenience store that has the best shit ever. Like they
I've heard of this Wawa.
you go up to a computer screen, touch screen, and order any kind of sandwich you want.
Like
or
a Buc-ee's?
It's a small Buc-ee's. It's like, okay,
Everything in the world's a small Buc-ee's. Like
good point. But you know how like Rudy's barbecue is a gas station?
Uh-huh.
So this is like a Rudy's compared to like a big barbecue place.
Okay.
But you know how sometimes fucking Rudy's is the shit, right? So this place is awesome. Anyway, you just fucking got to go. If you ever go somewhere, just get some Wawa.
That was so sassy.
I mean, like you order.
I mean, I guess if you like mediocre barbecue, then yeah, Rudy's is a great place to eat.
A lot of people like their breakfast tacos.
They're
Yeah,
good.
yeah, I get one every Friday.
Yeah, anybody who's not in Texas, I'm not
Brag
joking.
about it,
This is
Sean.
it's a fucking gas station, a chain of gas stations that is also a barbecue joint. And
Well, no,
like,
flip it around. It's a barbecue place with a gas station out front.
well, I guess, but I mean, to me, any place
Because you can't walk in there and buy like milk or candy bars.
Can you not?
Challenge
No.
accepted.
It's a barbecue place with gas station.
People can do whatever they want, Sean. Don't tell them they can't buy candy bars in there if they don't want.
We stopped at a place when we were going down to the hill country. We went down and there was a gas station that just sold kolaches. Like it wasn't like a convenience store that also had kolaches.
The
like
check stop.
Everybody.
No. That place has gum. You know what I mean? Like this place only fucking had kolaches.
Hey, Jarrett.
What?
It was the check stop.
No. I'm talking about me and Casey. You
Oh,
went
not
yeah,
the
he
live
knows
stream.
what the check.
I know what the check stop
I
is.
thought you meant the live
I was
stream.
going to fucking check stop when my wife was 4 years old.
So like 8 years ago.
You didn't bring me a kolache
No, I didn't.
Hey, speaking of
That would- they would've-
while you were grooming me for marriage.
Let me just say, they would have thought that was weird. This fucking homeless, long-haired guy shows up. Like, there's a fucking guy out there,
I brought a kolache for my future wife,
and he brought a kolache for you. Just said, "I hope the body cast is okay."
And he said he's gonna help you tie those
Yes.
shoes.
I hope you come out of that okay.
I was out of the body cast.
I know.
Come on,
I
get
know.
it together.
Oh my God, Kurt is saying that they have a Rudy's in New Mexico, but no gas station.
So then,
How do your cars go?
There's no gas stations there. Oh my God.
Roadhouse.
Okay, that's a fucking funny one.
Yes, it is.
That's a funny one.
You don't have to point it out. We
No,
all knew
I
that
know, but
already.
we all fucking we've been wah-wahing those jokes.
Wawa.
Wawa, you're back on the
Wawa. God,
Wawa.
I got the fucking Wawa in the brain.
Baby
I
Wawa.
want it in my face.
What is that from?
It's from the
Oh,
office.
that's awesome. Yeah, it's
Let me talk about a couple of the movie points, and then we'll go back off the rails
Oh,
again.
okay, good.
But how about that scene where he's coming home and his sister-in-law runs out there like someone's been murdered?
Scared me.
Yeah, I mean that honestly, it kind of scared me. I was like, "Oh shit, Gus is dead."
She just wanted to go have some salmon and cherry pie.
So it took me a while to figure out the relationships. I thought that was his sister for the first 20, 30 minutes.
Oh, that's his sister-in-law.
That's oh, yeah. Well, thank you, buddy. As I said, 20 minutes into the movie, I figured it out. But
You could have just called me.
And then honestly, it's not until the brother does the thing where he says, you know, Dad died, we moved back here, and he moves out there like a dog, you know. And then obviously at that point you're like, okay. But here is this sister-in-law who they obviously have this love for one another. And to me, did the doll represent her the whole fucking time?
Yes.
To y'all? Me too.
What?
So to me, the real girl was just what's her name? Karen.
Yeah.
It was just Karen. That's who it was.
Or it was meant to like symbolize his relationship with Karen and how he thought that it was going to go away when the baby was born, and it was so many layers.
They allude to it,
yeah,
for sure, but I didn't see any further connection than
during his therapy.
And he talked about how he was essentially scared that she was going to die when she's having her baby, just like his mother died when he was born. And she said, no, that doesn't really happen that much anymore. Medical stuff is a lot better now. And he
did
said,
make
but
it wear her clothes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He gets wear her clothes, stays in that house, sits her down or whatever, eats her food, stuff like that. Again, there's this. I'm not it's
not in a sexual way.
All of it's creepy, right? Yes, of course.
He doesn't treat her sexually.
That's that's what we're saying. I just, again, I don't think that we can analyze all of the things that are in his head, but 100% some of those things with Bianca represented her for sure. And again, obviously the fear of the pregnancy was him. And he talks about her being the kindest woman that he's ever known. And, and she obviously loves him, but
she likes to hug.
She likes to hug, and it fucking hurts.
And it hurts. He does not like that.
And
that's got to be a thing, right? Like people
it's a
just
thing,
like,
yeah.
Oh, that sounds awful.
So that bothered me actually, because I'm a affectionate guy. I'm a hugger. It's actually is really nice at our show the other night. If someone wanted to hug me, I hug them. I'm vaccinated. So that's that. But it felt fucking great. But
as a hugger, wouldn't you feel so bad? Like, I don't really even wait for anyone else to initiate a hug. I just hop right in there, and I would feel so bad doing that to someone who would physically be hurt by it.
Right.
I never thought about that before.
Jared has hugged family members of mine that I've never hugged, and like he'll just like, hey, and I'm like, oh, we don't touch that. Oh God, does that one touch
that one?
I don't know.
I have turned a few non-huggers into huggers, but more so non-huggers into people that just have realized that they have to hug me.
My uncle Lonnie liked to hug me a lot when I was little.
Did he? Did you sit in his lap a bunch?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he was very affectionate. Lonnie.
Was he?
Yeah.
Did you guys play hide the pickle?
Yeah, it made me feel good. I don't know, just to be, desired. I guess.
Loved. Yeah,
desired.
God, it went fucking way right there. Way right. I
don't have an Uncle Lonnie.
All right.
Anymore.
So when he gets the doll in, it was very strange because he, starts getting ready and all of that. Like, I did it
for her arrival.
That's right. So, but then all of a sudden he's going over for dinner or whatever, and that's what I thought. I thought it was like he was getting dressed for the unboxing, and maybe it was a combination of all of that because he kind of keeps going out there and looking at her, and in the box.
He's brushing his teeth, just the door.
Yeah, that's a nice sweater or whatever.
It does make a very sudden turn from incredibly awkward person to doll shows up, and all of a sudden he's more than happy to go over there, sit down, bring her on in, have a full-on conversation. I don't know. I guess in my mind, maybe I thought that would also be part of the progression, is kind of learning how you interact with this doll and how other people do it. But he didn't seem to have any problem at all. Just doll shows up, and now all of a sudden, brand new man.
Going wheelchair shopping.
But but this is part of that explanation. He was really hearing her. Because when we were allowed as the audience to be in the back seat of the car, he was still talking to her. It wasn't like he was just kind of trying to make it a thing where he was only in front of other people, whatever. He was genuinely having conversations with this doll.
It's the least interesting way to be in the back seat of a car with Ryan Gosling.
Oh, so disappointing.
I disagree. I think it would have been fucking great, but I didn't want to blow him.
What about being on the receiving end
of the blowjay?
Of a blowjob from Ryan Gosling?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
I've always said that I don't think that Jarrett
why
would
are
give the
you
blowjob,
sure?
but I'm not confident that he wouldn't take it.
I think all boys could figure out how to suck a dick pretty quick. Like, I think once you got the mechanics down,
I don't
just
think there's a science to it. I mean,
well, yeah, there is, because you got to think about.
There's a technique.
You've had teeth hit the head of your penis before. Not everybody can do it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe the 1 out of the 3 blowjobs I've ever had may have had some teeth. I don't know.
How dry do you want it?
Oh God, that's the worst.
Sahara.
Just
Here.
how dry. Oh, it's gonna be
Some
so
paper towels
dry.
Oh, God. I can't believe that's Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Had no idea.
Aaron Hannon.
Not anymore.
Here's a debate.
What's her name?
Kelly Aaron Hannon.
Kelly Aaron Hannon. Oh, Aaron. That's right. That's from The Office.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I recognize her.
Look at him go.
Yay.
Our little boys all
Training
grown
wheels
up.
are off.
All right. Well, they he met her on the internet.
The way he introduces
Yeah.
her, did y'all find that?
Yes, of
Funny.
course. Yeah,
She's not from here.
She's
quiet.
She's in a wheelchair.
She's very religious.
Yeah, she's very religious. You know.
I just like the way he looked when they opened the door.
Yeah.
Like like you said, he looked like a new man. He was smiling. He was proud.
Just ready to go. Yeah.
You should be proud of your old lady. I mean, that's rule number 1. If you can't be proud of her, you don't need
Toss her to the curb.
right. Yeah, you don't need to be.
If you can't be
in
proud
there.
of her, order a different doll.
Yeah.
Order
Be
the
proud of
Korean
someone
doll
else.
that escaped from communism and
All right.
This brother's reaction if Karen wasn't in the picture. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh.
because at that point you can put yourself in the person's shoes and just go, that's fucking weird. You know,
Yes.
like what's happening with you? You know, kind of thing.
I think the way he reacted is probably about the way most people would react to that. And I think, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but the point of the movie is that a little more compassion and kindness and a little less judgment, and that's fine. And that's true. And that's great. And that's a great moral of a story. And I think that's definitely applicable, especially in these unprecedented times we're living in. But the way he reacts is totally normal. I think everybody can understand why. And I didn't feel like he was over the top about it. He was more what the fuck than he was angry or
sure. I mean, he definitely played along. I mean, they later in the movie they tell us, he's been putting her to bed every night,
Mm-hmm.
It's like kind of even went back and checked on her a little bit, I mean, I don't know.
Probably fingered her.
Oh no, maybe.
They didn't show that part, but
yeah,
I feel like,
well, it is his brother's girlfriend.
Bianca's a missionary. Well, was a missionary, right? Sorry. Because she was raised by nuns. But now she's on a sabbatical so she can experience the world. Isn't that neat? She's shy. Well, you are. Everything's so new for her, right?
Are you hungry?
We're starving.
Gus, will you give me a hand in the kitchen?
when they're counting out the salad bowls.
Yeah.
She's not going to eat.
Yeah, she's not going to eat. So funny. And he ate about as much off her plate as he did his own.
Yeah, he's just trying to keep it even.
Yeah, keep it even. Do grown people still drink milk at dinner?
No.
Right?
Tall ones.
No.
That can't be a thing.
I'm not sure I could think of the last glass of milk I had that wasn't accompanied by Oreos.
Right. Same.
And that's it.
Same.
And then I don't really usually finish the glass off when I'm done with the 8 or 12 cookies that I just ate.
Depends on how cold the milk
with
still
the
is.
Sleeve of Oreos.
From my fingers being in it. Yeah.
But no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had like really good brownies in a long time, but sometimes that warrants a glass of milk.
Ooh,
Sure.
God, that's
But yeah,
My
right.
granddad used to get milk and put like a piece of cornbread in it and then eat it with a spoon.
Oh,
out of
y'all
it
talked
because
about
we're
that recently.
hillbilly-ass
Yeah, that's weird.
Fucking people.
I don't like that.
But the same grandfather who said that if you have a bowl of chili and drink a glass of milk with it, it will kill you. Because that
I did not think that was going to be
that combination is about the most nasty thing I can imagine.
Yeah.
To
I mean, yeah, it's not a good one.
yeah.
Well, both of these grown ass men sitting there with just a glass of milk, and I'm like, seriously,
Maybe this is like small town Wisconsin or something.
Yeah,
it's
maybe they don't know
cold
any
and
better.
They, milk, dairy is a huge industry. As far as we've been told about Wisconsin, I don't really know that.
Who knows?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
make cheese,
Yeah, cheese is delicious. Serve cheese at every meal. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
but not milk.
When me and when Eric Bowling for Soup and I were homeless, we stayed in his mom's attic a bunch, and they would always cook dinner, and his stepdad made chips and queso every fucking night, and it was
That's
awesome.
awesome. That's
It
great.
was
Was it
awesome.
the same queso every night?
Oh
or
yeah,
would he
same
put
shit,
different
just
stuff in?
no, same shit. Melted Velveeta or whatever that processed cheese that they had was, and some fucking Rotel in there.
And then you get those big tostada chips, and you can just break it into whatever
No,
size
man,
you
just
want. Dip it in there.
Get scoops, man.
Yeah, you gotta get the scoops.
Scoops, I feel like champ.
Scoops Callahan here.
You want to bite into it and not have jaggedy edges hit the top of your mouth. I feel like it's too three-dimensional.
Well, no, you
I
get the
just want a
Frito
chip to
scoops.
be
Those just
flat.
go right in between the teeth. Just
Frito
but
scoops
with
are for bean
queso,
dip.
Yeah. Or a Frito chili pie.
Right. What is
Fritos
it?
go with everything.
Wait, one more time.
Frito chili pie.
There you go. You got it.
Frito chili pie.
You have to say Frito pie?
Yeah, just Frito pie. Everybody knows.
I would say Frito chili pie or
I've
Frito
never
chili
heard you
pie.
say Frito chili
No,
pie.
I've never
Frito
said
pie.
Frito pie. I would say
Sorry.
Frito chili pie.
Sorry.
Too many words.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we've
You know
never
what's
even
good
had
in
that.
shit is you.
We literally have Fritos and chili in there because it was raining last week and I ordered groceries and I was hungry.
Well, the podcast is going to be over by 10:30 because we're not drinking. Fired up.
You
Fired up.
take 80% Fritos, 20% Funyuns, smash it all up together.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm on board.
That as a base for your Frito chili pie.
Yeah. You know what you could also do with that? You could also bread chicken with that mixture, and I bet it would be really good.
With Funyuns and Fritos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put some of those
I see.
crispy
It's
onions.
crunchy. That's like a potato chip job.
No, I like my baked
Chex
chicken to
Mix.
have a little crunch.
Chex,
That'd be good.
Chex Mix?
Ritz crackers is my
or
favorite.
trail mix.
Ritz crackers.
Yeah.
So good.
My
Yeah,
chest
that's
like
good.
hurts talking about this. I'm like, oh.
Why? Cardiac arrest?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, I just needed to get this milk conversation over with. I'm glad we did.
Yeah.
Well, there's now a poll about this milk on the
What?
page.
I drink a glass of milk maybe 3 times a year. That's it. That's normal. That's a normal human adult, unless they're in fucking White Russians, which that's half and half anyway,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like, even if I don't really even eat cereal anymore, but even if I did, I don't think I would drink the milk.
If I'm being
No,
honest,
I eat
I don't
cereal
give
a
my
lot.
kids milk. They don't drink glasses of milk. That's probably why Eller broke his
do.
foot. But
Everett will drink a small jug of milk. He gets that if we get on donuts on Sundays, because the donut guy has that shit. That's kind of it.
He eats a lot of cereal.
He does eat a lot of cereal. He has started drinking the milk too. That's recent.
oh,
Yeah.
well, right out of the bowl.
Yeah.
That's a man to be a
Yeah,
kid
James
again.
will do that.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, we have these little bowls though. When they were a little smaller, but they built a straw into the bowl.
That's brilliant.
It's
Yes,
brilliant.
they did.
Goes all the way to the bottom.
Right. Unbelievable. Just such a good idea. Whoever invented that.
I want you to go all the way to the bottom of my
my
cereal
bowl.
bowl.
Yeah, right. I love it. Okay, so let's see here. When they're so basically we talked a little bit about the doctor and how he got her to actually that's on 5 questions, but we'll talk about that then. But I do think it's funny when Karen is kind of putting her to bed or whatever, and she checks out the goods, you know, and it's like, we don't really ever get to see what she saw, which I totally fucking thought this movie would show us.
Are you bummed out?
Point.
Not really, because I understand why they didn't, because
it wasn't about that.
It wasn't about that. And I think, again, going back to hearing we were doing this movie and hearing that it was a little bit weird, I expected more of like just wacky sex doll shit, you know? And it really, that's not anywhere remotely close to what the movie's about. So it would have really damaged the message, I think, had they shown us her naked.
100%.
You know, it wouldn't have been.
And I don't know how you work. Yeah, I don't know how you would work sex doll sex acts into what is otherwise a pretty
right. Because the
movie.
kiss at the end is pretty fucking gross.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
It was, and sad and all the things.
Yeah. Sad. I didn't cry during this movie though. What?
You didn't?
Yeah, I didn't.
Not
I'm
even when
surprised
Bianca
by
died?
that.
I did not cry
At her funeral?
No, I didn't.
Oh man, I did. I thought that was so sad.
I didn't cry, and I had just.
Did you really cry at this?
Yeah. Like it was sad to me.
I'm not making fun.
It was really
I'm surprised
sad.
to hear that.
And I think it's because I didn't expect it. Because I remember this movie, I thought that it was kind of quirky and funny, and then when it wasn't, it was sad. I'm surprised you didn't cry.
No, I'm very surprised that I didn't either. And I kind of when they walked, obviously we're a few clips ahead,
Yeah.
but when they walk off into the forest, I knew that she was gonna die. I was like, that's fucking it, because he was working us up to it, right?
Yeah.
Like that was the whole thing. Oh, she's sick, and it's like, okay, he's fucking snapping out of this shit. That's it. But and I thought, oh boy, here we go. But I don't know. I guess I don't know why I didn't.
I guess
I
it was
did think it was
for
sad
me because she was dead the whole time because she's just a doll.
She's not real.
Yeah, maybe that's why it didn't really affect me
right
the way.
She may have been dead, but she was volunteering at the fucking hospital,
Yeah,
Eric.
And she got elected to the PTA.
That's right.
She was a good, not real person.
100%.
Yeah, she accomplished more in this movie than I have.
Maybe that's what I was so sad about. I'm just like with nothing to do, and man, this fucking doll has more to do than I.
Yeah.
That's
She starts to. She's doing like they're driving through the town. He's like, "That's where Dad worked, right over there."
What did Dad?
You know,
do?
and then Karen starts going, well, I work at the school department, blah, blah, blah. And Gus is just like, what are you doing? Like, what and she just automatically just started to make it more comfortable for him, really without even it being a thing that the doctor has even said yet, you know?
Yeah.
Good person. She was a very good person.
Everybody in that town was a good person.
Seems like it.
Even the guys at Gus's auto part shop or whatever.
Exactly.
It was like you expected. I kind of, again, I hadn't seen it. I expected those guys to be in some way antagonistic.
Yeah.
Maybe not as a major plot device, but just we would see, you know, things like that happen throughout the course of the movie. But even they were super sweet.
Yeah.
What's the Jason Sudeikis show where nothing bad happens?
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
Which I
Second
did
season
watch.
is coming out.
Ted Lasso.
On you guys' recommendation, I did watch that
and
loved it.
It's fucking great. And nothing bad ever happens, right?
Yep.
That's exactly how this movie was. I was thinking about it earlier today because when those guys come into the bowling alley and they're like, he's like, it's full. You're like, they're like, oh, well, he's over there playing. Well, there's Lars. And you're thinking, okay, they're going to go over there and fuck up this night
They're
for
going to
him.
grab the head and roll it down the bowling alley.
They made it fucking better. And it was, but you're so right. Like everywhere you thought, oh boy, this is going to be bad. Like the preacher talking and all of this, it just got okay.
The dinner party or the
great
birthday
one.
party.
Yeah. Great.
And yes, and they make it a little bit awkward when he comes in and everyone's kind of looking, but next scene, it's
He's
just
dancing with the wheelchair.
dancing with the
with the husband of
Yeah,
the
the
guy
husband
whose
just
party it
takes
was.
her
Yeah.
over.
I mean, and that seems to be the reoccurring theme, right? Of like, okay, well, you know, let's play along with this. And this is what we would do ordinarily. We would try to befriend this person.
not
Just
hurting anybody.
a lot of good hearts.
Right.
A lot of good hearts. So when they go in and talk to the doctor, this is a good one actually. This one made me laugh pretty good. They're talking to the doctor. They're like, man, we can't pretend. And she's like, this is the only way that's going to work or whatever. And they walk out and Bianca's got a kid sitting in her lap, and he just goes, "She loves kids."
Yeah,
and you're just like, what the fuck? How did this mom even let this
because
happen?
people in the town didn't know what was happening. Quite that much yet, right?
I mean, that was super early.
So what? I want to go sit on that doll's lap.
Yeah.
No.
She loves kids, So great and very funny.
His interaction with her, we saw in the clip we just watched, what you're talking about, even when the doctor goes, she's got low blood pressure, and he goes, it's all right, babe, I do too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or I probably do too.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
His performance in this,
he's good.
Understated for a movie where the emotion is everything, and he's already forced to play a rather reserved, shy character. To give the character that much heart and that much personality when the character doesn't. I think his acting is phenomenal in this.
I agree.
He's great. This is not unlike when, people have to act with a cartoon character or, whatever. I mean, it's a lot to have to make this feel like a person, and he nailed it. He really did. And he's just creepy enough to where like he's weird, but he's not creepy enough to where you're like, why are these people even entertaining the idea of this? Because he's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very well done by him for sure. Like going a couple. Oh, the other funny little thing that was the office politics that were going on. Where the Margot is stealing the action figures, and then putting them back one at a time, and so you're starting to see what that dynamic is like, and it's sort of like her also kind of trying to get his attention. And boy, he's just not having it. He won't even make eye contact with her.
And that escalates quickly, too.
It does. It certainly does. Sean, we're ready for Does She Have a Sister?
Wow. I didn't know there were sex dolls.
Love dolls. That's what they call them. I saw a special on cable.
So you're serious? Bianca really has a...
So she's really just one of the girls then? I'm sorry.
Que el hombre se compró una muñeca que se infla. Le salen unas tetas así, el tipo se la come, sale volando.
No way. Does she have a sister?
Wish I had a woman I couldn't talk.
It's not that funny. It's not that funny.
Those guys are having a blast at work.
Yeah,
totally. I wish it
Yeah,
was like that
looks
for
like
me.
fun.
I'm going to work in an auto parts store. Here's your spark carburetor.
Sparkerator.
Sparkerator. Fill up your blinker fluid and
Be on your
get
way.
on out of here. Have you guys seen that? Do it to Jack or
What?
Emma. Maybe Emma's too old.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
So you pull up to an auto zone and you have to record video wise, and you just be like, hey, Jack, I got to call my manager. Will you just run in, pick up some blinker fluid and, bring it on back out? And
Right.
then you just wait for him to.
He's the wrong kid. He knows too much about cars.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll get Emma
Yeah.
to do it. And then when she comes out, be like, it's not even a fucking real thing.
Yeah, the new
But-
thing is to send your husband and tell him to get a rechargeable, to ask for the rechargeable tampons.
Yeah. Or the
Jesus.
dairy-free sour cream and just like this random
Yeah.
stuff that they'll never find.
Yeah, I saw a guy who said, yeah, I work in an auto parts store. When the kids come in and do that, the thing now is to just string them along as far as possible.
Oh,
Be like,
that's
oh,
great.
do you need left or right blinker fluid? Go ask your dad. And so the kid will come back out and is like, they need to know if you want to.
Is that true?
Left
That
or
is funny.
right?
So it's so funny that it happens enough to where they're in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the old school prank.
Yeah.
I think your mom said one time that somebody told her to drive up to an AutoZone or something and ask for fresh air to be put in the tires. Like take out the old air and put in the fresh air.
Yeah.
I think that was your mom, but I don't know.
I think
for
you're
sure.
right.
Nice drop for What Would Jesus Do? Which was a big deal back when I was in junior high. Do you guys even remember that shit?
I do.
Like-
All
I
the
honestly
bracelets.
thought that was whenever I was in junior high.
was
I didn't realize that was that old.
Yeah, I think it kept going. But yeah, that was a big deal. They had the whole WWJD
On
thing.
bracelet, those little.
Yeah.
There's no way. That's
1989.
No, they didn't have the little rubber bracelets.
Oh, okay.
They made shit.
Like the woven kind.
Yeah, like woven and stuff.
It was high school for you, but yes.
High school. Yeah. Never ends, babe.
Huh.
Yeah. So, and then the church is nice. They give Bianca the flowers. Everybody's just being great. We talked about that. I guess the creepiest thing of the whole movie was when he's in the treehouse serenading her. That was so fucking creepy. It woke my dogs up. Like
his voice was very creepy.
It was weird. They looked both big dogs looked up at the TV like, what's happening? And please make it stop.
They looked up there and said, I mean, I understand that this movie is about acceptance and compassion, but we're not having this.
Up.
Yeah.
Also, if that treehouse has been there that long, like probably not good to climb up that ladder with one nail in each board,
And if you're going to go up there laying on your back and just waiting for it to
collapse.
But
I don't know, had a lot of trust there. So, obviously we've talked about the story. The mom died when he was a baby and that kind of fucked him up. And,
kind of just a little bit.
But, one of the things that he says during therapy is he says, her parents died. Bianca's parents died when she's a baby, and she doesn't want people to treat her any different. She just wants to be normal, So just a lot of psychological shit that he's just pumping out there and trying to get out in the world. And, again, we talked about Karen and how, she tries to hug and then just about that whole thing with them dealing about how just really even being touched and why he wears layers and all of that. Yeah, I mean, that's gotta be a real thing.
You guys mentioned him treating the doll, or at least kind of personifying her as the sister. I kind of looked at it more, and I'm not saying you're wrong because I just hadn't thought about it that way, but I looked at it more like relationship training wheels for him. Like that he
wasn't sure how to do that with a real
person. That he maybe knew that this Margot has an interest, but he has no ability to pursue that, even know how to start that. So the doll kind of led him, meandered the way. And as he got more comfortable with Margot, as the bowling happens, and that was a good time. And he even says to her, nothing can happen because, real men wouldn't do that. He's starting to gain more of an understanding of what being in a relationship is like, or how that works. And as that increases is when we see her sickness also kind of hand in hand.
I think it's a combination of both, actually.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think
I guess it could be.
Makes a lot of sense.
I think because I thought exactly the same thing. And I thought as he was getting, more comfortable and as he's learning that, nothing's going to happen to Karen and that he can sort of let go of that, let go of that love and that, and, that he can move on to something else. And I think that that's obvious because of the fact that, she's just barely even in the ground and he goes, you want to go for a walk?
Right.
Like at that point, he's like, yeah, she wasn't fucking real anyway. I don't know why everybody is, what we're all so upset about.
He was playing along with them. He's like,
right.
Yeah, my whole town fucking lost their minds and I didn't know what to do. So I just played along.
I wonder if anyone went and dug her up.
But, oh yeah, you're right. I mean, man, you make a cool, I bet you can still sell her for $1,000. Plus he never,
Yeah, some people like him a little dirty.
he never
Finders
never
keepers, right?
dirtied the goods.
What do you mean?
She's certifiably pure.
You were mumbling.
They never consummated the, oh no, I'm sorry. She was constipated and,
oh, well, anal. Well,
anal.
free
Well,
that right
yeah, that'll.
Just be careful because I'm going to be right under.
That was in the movie that. What movie was that?
Zack and Miri.
That's right. Yeah. Oh yeah, you just
Miriam Linky. That's her name.
You'll never forget it.
So good. All right. Again, we talked about that they, he went to the party and everybody already knows Bianca and whatever. Well, find out Margot had sent a memo to everybody in the company going, hey, just play along with this. He's a good guy. And people did.
Yeah, be cool.
Yeah, be nice,
Be cool. There's not enough of that.
And I think you're really spot on, Eric, in that this movie is about acceptance. And that is, I mean, when I was a kid, it wasn't as acceptable. And I know that it's still not everywhere now, but even to be gay or things like that. And my mom, had a lot of gay friends. She worked she worked the desk at a hair salon for a long time. And so they would be at parties, her friends would be at parties or whatever. And, they would, and my dad, I can remember this vividly, would have to tell, his friends, hey, like, they're gay, but they're cool. Meaning, like, they're not going to try to fuck you standing here by the nacho table.
You're probably not their type.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You know what I mean? And it's like, so, everybody was cool. And it seems like that's sort of, obviously that's probably not the greatest example in the world, but it's something that happened to me in real life. And you just want people to be accepted for who they are.
Well, you're right. And, I think we've all got the point of the movie, right? The power of community and nurturing and compassion. But the other level that made me enjoy this film so much, and I did, is just, it seemed to me that there was a care and respect and thoughtfulness that went into presenting a person who has delusions or some sort of mental illness. I think it's easy for a lot of things, but in movies, it's easy to play those characters up in a way that kind of starts to become a caricature.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel that way with this. It felt tender, and it felt the movie making, the directing, the writing felt so, again, just respectful of the subject matter, that it was important, that it wasn't to be, again, caricatured in that way. I found that many times throughout the film, just going, how great. And again, it was probably a combination of Ryan Gosling's acting in this as well, the way he treated the subject matter. But
not to mention the doctor and Karen and everybody around the supporting cast was pretty fucking great too.
It was just fair, and it was tender, and I really appreciated it.
Karen, the person that plays Karen is English, so I don't know if you noticed this, but when she raised her voice, she'd slip into the accent sometimes.
Good eye, mate.
Yeah, it just
Well, between that and her voice got a little squeaky when she was yelling.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
It did.
It was
That
a little
was a little
distracting, actually.
I
know that
agree.
it was probably that's the way that she yells, and that's natural for her voice, but it was distracting.
The wood chopping scene,
yes,
when she just you kind of just kept going.
She's
kept
like,
thinking,
"We're doing this for you,"
Yeah,
and I'm like,
so
"Okay,
squeaky.
I get what you're saying, but I
Yeah.
don't like the way you're saying."
100%.
Anybody think he was going to hit her with that axe?
No, I didn't. I thought the one person he was going to hit was at the party, and this is the one time where I sort of felt like someone was being mean to him. And it's when the guy goes, hey man, Bianca's a babe. Is she flexible? And he doesn't answer her, but I did think for a second, I'm like, well, he's just going to smash that fucking bottle in his face.
So that happens earlier when Gus says something right after after the doll is introduced. He says something negative about her to Lars, and he doesn't respond then either.
That's right.
And I wonder, and I forget
That's
what
at
exactly
breakfast.
was said.
That's at breakfast. I don't remember what was said either, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
But but you just saying that reminded me that when it happened again at the party, I wondered if there was more to it. Like, he will not hear, it either doesn't register with him that people are being mean, or he won't have it. He knows they're being mean, but refuses to engage. I never got to the bottom of what that was, but it was interesting that it happened more than once. It had to be on purpose.
Yeah, that was the scene where he just goes, you not going to work today, Gus? Because, he's not feeling good. He's like, well, she could help. She has nurses training. And doesn't he say she doesn't have nurses training because she's not real?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he does.
And he kind of looks to the side, but his face never changes. And then it's just like, yeah, okay, so what's next? I'm going to be late.
Yep.
And on to work. Really good insight there, I think. And a movie that's, this is awesome. It's making us think, even while we're not watching it. I don't think we're going to end up hating it, which is a lot of times when we talk too much about a movie, we end up deciding we didn't fucking like it after all. That does happen quite a bit. All right, man. Let's see here. What else we got? Oh yeah, so she got a job. She's volunteering at the hospital. She's also reading at the school.
The
you know,
VFW or something.
VFW is where that party happens.
Oh yeah,
that's the hospital dance that they're doing. And he's like, we were supposed to play Scrabble, and like he actually gets pissed.
First fight.
I don't like his tone.
And they're downstairs going, they never fight. Yeah, I don't like his tone. Anyway, guys, we got to take a quick break. We got 3 quick clips left. Daddy's not drinking tonight, so we'll probably fly through those. So if you're on the chat,
may I just, before we go,
yes,
it's another testament to the way that this community, if they're going to accept that this is a relationship and they're going to be a part of it, then they're not just going to accept the parts where, okay, well, we've got to placate Lars, we've got to kind of just go along with this because we have that. They would get upset that he would be yelling. I mean, it's a doll he's yelling at. Who gives a fucking shit? But they're so kind of in tune with how they're a part of this that they couldn't allow that.
Yeah, and also, as she's putting her in the car to go to the dance or whatever, she's like, hey, you know what? You work all day. She deserves to go out and have a good time.
She has her own life
yeah. What
too.
do you? Yeah, exactly. It's her life too. Guys, hang out. We'll be right back.
In an age of innocence, before the dawn of fear, 2 special people found each other. Miles O'Keefe is Ator. Sabrina Siana is Rune. Fighting an evil that threatened their life, their love. Courageous. Cunning. The champion. The chosen. Ator. A different kind of legend. Follow his incredible journey into a startling world of wizardry. Magic. Superstition and sorcery. On a quest for justice. For love. For adventure. The birth of a new legend. A new hero. And a true heroine. Ator.
From the director who brought you Smokey and the Bandit, Hooper, Cannonball Run, comes the ultimate spectacle. Megaforce, an elite compact fighting unit armed with the most sophisticated weapons ever seen on a movie screen. The mission, to preserve freedom and justice and battle the forces of evil.
The good guys always win, even in the 80s.
Megaforce.
There must be some place in this world where we can live in peace with our people.
He is from a future world, trapped in another time, searching for his past. A hunter of incredible power and strength. In his quest for his origin, he and the woman he loves must fight hostile tribes, battle deadly beasts, and try to survive the violent forces of a newly born Earth. He is the warrior known as Yor. His medallion holds the key to his destiny. His courage makes him master of a world in chaos. His enemy uses the weapons of tomorrow to enslave a primitive planet. But his passion for freedom will set his people free. Yor, the hunter from the future.
Meet little Melvin. He's a 90-pound weakling. Everyone hated Melvin.
I'm gonna take this mop and shove it down your throat.
They teased him.
I wanna do it with you. Okay.
They taunted him. They tormented him until he had a horrifying accident and fell into a vat of nuclear waste. Transforming little Melvin into a hideously deformed creature of superhuman size and strength. Melvin became the Toxic Avenger. The first superhero born out of nuclear waste. Yes, the muggers and the rapists didn't know what law and order was until the Toxic Avenger came to town.
Holy shit!
I don't know what it was, but it saved my life.
All right, everybody, drop your tacos or I'll blow your brains out.
The vandals and the perverts had their way with the little people of Tromaville until the Toxic Avenger ripped them apart. The Toxic Avenger. His face is so terrifying. We can't show it to you now. You'll have to see the movie for yourself. The Toxic Avenger can bend steel with his bare hands.
Oh, we're all a kid. Get it?
Leap small cars in a single bound. He crushes drug pushers. Smashes hit-and-run drivers. And gives all criminals their just desserts. The Toxic Avenger.
He was a hero.
He's a hero.
Wow.
He's a fighter. He's a lover.
Oh, Melvin, you're beautiful.
The good citizens love him. The fat and corrupt hate him.
Kill that bastard for me. You gotta kill him. Yeah.
Will he survive? For incredible, explosive action, you must see the Toxic Avenger. He's a different kind of hero. The Toxic Avenger is coming to your town. Look out.
I'm Jack Death. I'm a trooper in the 23rd century.
Jack Death, Angel City PD. May I see your stats?
What did I do?
Under Section 7 of the Penal Code, the Council authorized me to administer you a transfer suspect examination.
You can't give me a TSE without a warrant.
I got your warrant right here, pal.
Okay. I don't want any trouble.
Hold out your...
My job is hunting transfers.
I got nothing to hide.
Finding them, and singeing them.
Look out!
Of course, sometimes they find me first. Then it's a little more complicated.
How do you know Whistler's location?
We monitored a line disruption in Los Angeles, December 1985. Van Zandt, Ash, and I all had ancestors in the city then.
If you think I'm bringing that scum up the line, you got the wrong trooper.
Unless you stop Whistler, everything the Council has accomplished in the last 40 years will count for nothing.
Okay, let's say I believe this. You're a cop from the future and you're chasing this guy Piper.
Whistler.
Why doesn't he just turn you into one of these zombies? Or me?
Trancing only works on squids, people with weak minds, easily controlled. Lena, I'm from another time, another world. I don't even know what you people eat for lunch.
Okay, I got fried rice, egg rolls, and beef chow mein.
Beef? You mean like from a cow? I thought it was rough in the 23rd century. I didn't know how hot it could get.
Jack?
How's my tan? It was getting hotter all the time.
Jack?
I guess I just attract a certain element no matter what century I'm in.
This way, mister!
Anyway, I gotta run now.
I want to ride with the lady.
Over here, Ashby!
And he's never even been here before. Trancers.
They don't care.
No, we all care. Lars, we do care.
No, you don't.
That is just not true. God, every person in this town bends over backwards to make Bianca feel at home. Why do you think she has so many places to go and so much to do? Huh? Huh? Because of you! Because all these people love you. We push her wheelchair. We drive her to work. We drive her home. We wash her. We dress her. We get her up. We put her to bed. We carry her. And she is not petite, Lars. Bianca is a big, big girl. None of this is easy for any of us, but we do it. We do it for you. So don't you dare tell me how we don't care.
Don't tell me how we don't care.
Yeah, she had some hard time not being English.
Severed vocal cord.
Yeah, I think she must have been ill,
Yeah.
during that thing, because that kind of came out of nowhere. All this horse stuff
looked cold.
Yeah,
where they were.
Maybe that was it.
Could have been. I don't know. The guys were drinking milk and they're fine. So calcium,
strong like a bull.
Maybe she needs to take notes.
Maybe so. We talked about Gus putting her to bed, and I think this is pretty much after this is where he starts to kind of snap out of it. If that's the right way to say it, I don't know really if there's a way, but he's definitely got a thing for Margot now. He's starting to watch her, but then he tells her, or whoever it is, I asked her to marry me last night. She said no. Then they have a fight in the car,
And she yells at him.
So again, that's the thing, right? Just asked her to marry me. She said no. And then they're fighting in front of people. And maybe he's letting everybody else off easy too, like, hey, trouble in paradise.
Yeah, honeymoon's over.
Yeah, I mean, could be. He asked his brother, how he knew he was a man, and all of that. And he, I thought the answer was pretty good.
That was a really good answer.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody kind of goes towards the pubes first and stuff, but that really doesn't, obviously with the amount of teen pregnancy that Casey and I watch on television, I'm not sure that makes you a man.
Well, we don't even know that those guys have pubes. Do they ever show their pubes?
the guys on the show.
Yeah.
Well, don't you have to have pubes to have like active semen in your sperm?
Not if you have alopecia. I don't think.
LMNOP, what?
It's a disease where you don't grow
alopecia.
hair.
Yeah. Dave Hale used to have a girlfriend that had that. And she always had different hairstyles. I couldn't figure it out for a long time.
I didn't know for a long time that one of the singer-songwriters that I like, her name is Molly Tuttle, that she is completely bald and it's always a wig. But I have been listening to her music for years and watching videos on YouTube and never noticed.
There are some great wigs in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Ask Dolly Parton.
And there's some terrible ones too.
Ask Dolly Parton.
Yeah. I mean, after this is over, we're going to go watch Married with First Sight. And one of the girls, well, it depends actually if my wife is going to stay awake because she has been working really hard and she's yawning. But I'm hoping.
She just wants a Frito chili pie. And then
I don't want a Frito chili pie at all.
Nobody wants a Frito chili pie at 10 o'clock on a school night.
Sober.
Well, I do now that he talked about putting Funyuns in it.
Yeah, that was
I'm
kind
gonna
of
stop at the store.
I don't
cold food.
I don't really eat Funyuns like by themselves. I mean, like I don't get them. Like if the kids have them, I'll have one, you know. But that shit sounds good.
That's my road trip snack.
I'll have one
Funyun.
bag.
Yeah.
One
at a time.
Are you glad that they made like, you know, chips in a bag at a store used to be really small and now it's like the big grab and everything's just
party size.
It's so fucking funny to watch my child who's 8 ask for that. And I'm like, you can get something realistic. I'm not buying you that. That's insane.
I just let my kids eat big old bags of chips an hour before dinner.
Yeah. Do you?
Like a grown man anyway. So
I feel sure that that Kelsey is all for that.
I mean, I don't know if she is or isn't. It's just the way it is. The kid wants, I pick him up from school and
he says he's hungry.
He just wants something because they feed these kids lunch at like 10:15.
Oh, I don't disagree.
I don't understand.
That's what they eat brunch.
And I'm supposed to pack them a snack.
But, the 5th graders are eating at 1:30 and then just going home. Like, it's like almost like,
that's nap time.
What's the point?
That is nap time.
Yeah.
Beautiful nap.
Yeah.
I wish it was still nap. Like, hey, so this idea of siestas, like
it's a thing.
Is
I'm
it
on board.
still a thing?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Towns will just shut down for a couple of hours mid-afternoon.
Yes.
100%. They have like nap places in Japan where you just go there and you like a pod. It's a huge room. And it's quiet there. You lay down in the middle of the floor and you go to sleep. There's pods in the airports now that are just like little nap stations.
Christy Miller is living in Singapore, and so she has this little bit on her Instagram story. It's just she just says #sleepy in Singapore, and every time she's on the train or the bus, everybody is just sleeping like the whole time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, so yes, it is a thing. In Mexico where and honestly,
in
it's
Italy
a deal.
too.
It's like if you supposedly if after lunch, if you just even in your chair just sit, close your eyes for 20 to 30 minutes, it completely revitalizes you.
Change your whole life, man.
It just it really makes me want to sleep more.
Yeah, I can't take a quick nap.
The perfect nap's about 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
I can get away with 2.
I'm gonna need an hour and a half.
Couple of tours I did. I would get really tired in the afternoon. And so I would set my alarm for 45 minutes, which basically gave me 10 to 15 minutes to fall asleep and then the nap. And I really did feel good by the end of the night. The problem was my voice started thinking that I was going to sleep. And then I wasn't as comfortable, at the first part of the performance. So I stopped doing that. And I just started drinking through it.
That
yeah, that's what I started doing.
This one weird trick that doctors
they don't
hate you for.
Yeah.
It's a secret.
Well, that's just it, right? You gotta keep a hostile environment in there.
Yeah, my friends always ask me, why do you drink a beer before you go out for a jog or work out? And it's this thing that my doctor told me. He said, you're an alcoholic. So
oh, that's good. Oh shit, I forgot to plug this thing.
Oh shit. Put it back in.
Yeah, sorry about that. All right. So the then of course there's the thing we all saw coming. We knew that there was going to be a moment between he and Margot, and of course it's the bear. Margot freaking out about now the bear, I guess, is alive, and now we're really confused.
Well, he resuscitated it.
He resuscitates it with CPR, and she says that she broke up with Eric.
But which is the one you're not supposed to do anymore? Because for a long
mouth
time,
to mouth.
So you don't do the breathing anymore. You
just do chest compressions.
Just the compressions. You're just trying to keep the blood running through. They don't care about the breath. Okay.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
I'm not a nurse.
I still feel like I might go for the breath though if I was in an emergency situation.
I probably would too. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
Well, there's COVID, so
yeah.
Masks.
I don't know if I would worry about. I mean, if you're trying to save, no, because there are people that have like a, I don't want anybody's mouth on. Just don't save me. Or people will go and sue somebody that gave them CPR because they broke a rib. Just
you're doing
knows?
it right.
Come on.
Yeah, I feel like in an emergency
life.
situation, like there's a good chance I've probably put my mouth on a grosser person's mouth.
Yeah.
Than in this scenario.
They
For sure.
At some point in my life.
I mean, if I were trying to save somebody's life, I would 100% put my mouth on their dick. I mean, their mouth.
Come back to life.
This is the breathing tube.
Yeah.
Like in the life vests.
I'll blow you back to life.
Seems like you could tickle somebody back to life. You know what I mean?
I agree.
People are so fucking ticklish. It seems like you could just go up and they'd fucking,
But if it didn't work and somebody caught that shit on film, like
yeah, like the little piggy went wee 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 all the way, and they're just fuck, I'm back to life.
I would wake up so mad.
The mad tickle, it's the worst.
Yeah, it makes
I think that's a torture
I think
technique.
you just have to chew with your mouth open really loud, and I'd be like, "Shut the fuck up!" And then I'd be fine.
Oh, that's true.
No, that's probably true. Yeah, or just surround you by dogs chewing bones, or or
You'd
drinking
wake up
water.
just long enough to tell them to shut the fuck up and
Yeah.
then just go back to catatonic.
Yeah.
Solid last words.
Just give a mouth breather some corn nuts, and she's fucking awake.
What's the deal with those?
Nothing good.
I think we talked about this
What,
before.
mouth breathers or corn nuts?
Both. Yeah. I believe we've covered corn nuts. All right. And then it's, she asked him out kind of, but and again, this is weird. It's like this. It's like you're right. He's just sort of transitioning, so to speak, in that, she's like, what are you doing Friday? And he's like, oh, well,
she's a school board.
She's got a
meeting?
school board meeting. Yeah, I don't have to go. So I'll just drop her off if you're free, but it'd be just me. And, I mean, I think you're pretty spot on. It's like the warm-up girlfriend. He's got to fucking kill her now,
Yeah, and he knows what to do now. I mean, and Margot's cute. So
yeah, and definitely into him.
Yeah, bring it on. In a small town like that.
And she
Slim
can
pickings.
dance.
Slim pickings, and most people get married right out of high school and just stick around and work up at the tractor
Work
store.
at the Dairy Queen.
Pants store.
Sometimes you just grab a Coke. So, we talked about the bowling alley, and then, them, and he saying to her, like, I could never cheat on Bianca, and her saying, oh yeah, I wouldn't do that either. And blah, blah, blah. It's just, again, he's becoming a man. That was part of his brother's description. That's part of what love is. And then her saying that back, it's important. That was important to the story. And then, basically the doctor says, these treatments aren't working. She catches the vibe, and it's time for her to fucking die.
Come on.
Let's go to the next clip.
Wake up! Wake up!
She won't wake up. Hey, Bianca? I think she's unconscious. Hey.
Are you sure?
Look at me. Bianca? Hey. Hey.
Bianca's unconscious.
Can you hear me? Bianca.
Hey. She looks all right. She looks all right. Hey.
Call 911.
Okay. 911.
Well, I don't know. Why do you expect me to know what to do?
And then 911 comes, and
like
all
that
of
part.
the things happen that, that like there's no, but this is the part where None of this could fucking ever happen.
No, I'm like, who's paying for this?
Yeah. And also just there's so much liability and just wacky shit. You know, like if they had a wreck and the ambulance drivers had a wreck and died entertaining this fucking idea of this real girl doll, like they're just too much.
I agree. This is the only part of the movie that I mean, obviously with any movie you have to suspend some belief, but
yeah,
it was a bridge too far to expect the police and ambulance to show up to take your doll to a hospital where they're working on real sick people.
Sure.
And no.
This is the exclamation point on how much the town was behind him.
It is.
They needed to take it to the ridiculous factor because honestly, really, I mean, I don't know, school board, that may have teetered on things, you know, but, you know, I don't know, the fucking, you know, the reading to the school, I mean, actually, that's pretty fucked up too. It's a sex doll, for Christ's sake. It's reading to people's children.
Well, it wasn't
yeah.
It was just
a tape recorder, yeah.
Like Teddy Ruxpin.
Teddy
Rubskin.
Teddy Rubskin.
That's a good movie. That's a but yeah, maybe they just needed it. They needed that. So you know, she's very sick, and it's the talk of the town. You know, everybody's talking about how sick Bianca is.
Oh, the phone calls.
Yeah, just all of it. And then, you know, old ladies just come and sit. You know, they bring casseroles,
and that's a
thing. Yeah.
Is that still a thing? You think
it's still a thing? You guys did that for me when Eller was in the hospital unexpectedly.
Well, you do the meal trains and things like that.
Casserole.
Yeah, we do.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. But do they still sit in your house?
I think they do. I think it just depends on what the relationship is and the situation and all that. But, you know, I mean, basically they don't want anybody to come home to an empty house or, you know.
I think this is twofold. Like we talked about before, it's small town stuff. The other thing is when you're, and I'm not religious at all, but I see the merit in having a church where people are there to support you through things like this. You know, I mean, I have Kelsey's family and I have my dad, but beyond that, you know, I'm not real sure, you know, who would be that support group in a situation where someone passed away unexpectedly or whatever.
Right.
But when you're in a church, you know, especially a small town church, everybody knows everybody, you know, there's a sense of community there that I don't think you get anywhere else. I love that aspect of religion or community or whatever.
You know, that's a really fucking interesting point, and it sort of is going to take me down one of these rabbit holes that I get into. But, you know, it's funny how I think technology and how small the world is and all of that is sort of making that to where it wouldn't make, like, for example, like I don't want anybody coming and sitting in my house. Like I don't want, in fact, I want to be fucking left alone a lot of times. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where it's like, I got shit to do. I'm Facebook people or whatever. It's, you know, it's like ringing the doorbell, for example. It's like, we're going to have to get used to people actually being at our door and us having to answer it because Everett is playing with children outside and they're doing that. It's been the fucking Amazon guy or somebody selling something or something that we didn't have to go to the door for 10 years.
Right.
You know, and you used to fucking always answer the door.
Yes.
You know, I don't know if you're picking up what I'm putting down as far as like how these two things are related. But even if I were going to a church, you know, and which I have in the past and whatever, but I don't think I need people coming and sitting in my fucking house. You know what I mean? Like even the meal trains that they do here in the neighborhood, like it's super, super thoughtful. But sometimes I do feel like they get a little intrusive. Like, has someone done this and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, man, you know.
I don't think I would want people in the house either. And luckily, I haven't had to deal with something like a huge death in the family or something. Maybe that would be comforting. But for example, if somebody has a baby, I will make them some dinner. Like you can bake it whenever you read. I'll put it on the porch and I get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. You've got a baby.
They don't want people in the house.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the same thing, but I'm the same way. I don't think I would feel like I would have to host you if you're in my home.
That's just it, right?
I feel like that depends on the relationship too. Because I've said, like, ever since I've had a child, like, I will never visit another baby in a hospital ever again. Like,
never.
Unless it was like my sister or something like that. Like, never would I do that again because it's horrible. Every time you get a second to close your eyes, somebody comes knocking in another parade of people.
It's
and
so
I feel like
different,
it might be the same
yeah.
way if there was something bad, like maybe you can't sleep for days and then maybe you finally do, and then
So interesting.
But I feel like whenever I went home, then I'm like, where the fuck are all these people now? Now I'm like lonely and tired.
Come
and like,
over
here,
here.
hold this baby while I pee. Like,
Bring me some
like,
payway. You know,
that's whenever.
Yeah, I agree. And that's funny because that whole.
But it depends on the person. Some people are like, it's sleep.
Them bringing the baby to the window ain't even a thing anymore. I mean, they just barely fucking have it. You can just go in there.
Yeah,
that's wacky. That's like, it's definitely, in my lifetime, the dad even wasn't even in there. Like the dad's like waiting out. I mean, there's a reason why on old movies and cartoons and shit, the dad is out in the dress and the nurse comes out and goes, "It's a boy,"
Yeah,
I mean,
they weren't allowed.
and we all have a hold down. We got a boy.
Passing out cigars.
Yeah,
Cigars.
exactly. 100%.
And then they turned into bubble gum.
And they were bubble gum. Yeah. And that's some pretty good ass bubble gum, by the way.
I like that stuff.
That's good stuff. It's I hadn't had in a while. Now, all right. So then there's the awkward kissing that we talked about, and a funeral, which, I mean, the preachers, we are here to celebrate her life, and I mean, man, that's a lot of people there to play along, but it's the point of the movie.
But it was closed casket. Closed casket.
Well, yeah, because he had actually blown her head off with dynamite.
Got it.
I'm kidding. Yeah, why were they in the water?
See, I was wondering if he was drowning her, if she asked him to put her out of her misery.
I thought he was baptizing her or something, but yeah.
I feel like he was just ending it.
Yeah.
Because it was up to him to end it anyway.
Sure. Yeah, he was making all the decisions, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's the one that's driving the bus now. Let's just play along. It's almost over.
Well, why couldn't she have just got AIDS or something and just died,
well,
like a normal AIDS?
That would mean
death.
that he would have given it to her.
Well, no, they didn't do it that we know of.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to give her AIDS.
Well, she could have definitely come from Brazil with AIDS. She came in a fucking crate from Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah, he paid way too much for her to have AIDS.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Gosh, that's tough.
You've got AIDS. Yes, you've got AIDS.
All right, guys, this is our last clip.
Come on.
She asked me not to be sad, but I can't help it.
Yeah, me neither.
But it'll get better with time, and that's what everyone keeps saying, so.
It's true. I think, in a way. But there'll never be anybody like her. I suppose we should catch up with everyone.
Do you want to take a walk?
Yes.
Man, what pisses me off is like dudes like that you can put in a suit like that and they still make it look good. Like that guy could show up at an event in Hollywood and they'd be like, yeah, it's Ryan
Everyone
Gosling
would be wearing pink sweaters.
wearing a Valentine sweater and a fucking JCPenney suit and looking great.
Yeah, not like the rest of us.
I'd like to get a real good deep dive into that girl's backstory. You know what I mean? Like,
it would be cool to see a prequel, see what's up.
I bet it's fucked up.
Well, it is just interesting that she was so into him this entire movie. Like it's crazy. But again, I think we hit on this earlier. Small towns are a weird place, man.
Maybe they knew each other. I mean, probably knew each other from kindergarten. Maybe she just knew that he's this really sweet guy and he's got a kind heart.
Right.
Yeah,
he's
but
not a
sometimes
drunk. He's not a
the
drug user, abuser.
Right.
Any of that stuff.
But he did push a sex doll around in a wheelchair for a while.
Sure, but that was just a delusion.
That was a blip.
Yeah, but the other dude fucking punched his girlfriend in the face and threw a beer bottle through a cop window.
There's got to be at least one other dude or another town 4 minutes to the left.
Maybe.
I don't know, man.
There's a bar on the outskirts where people go and meet up. Like,
there comes a time when like the church is like my dad's church and everybody in there is just fucking waiting to die. Like they're all fucking 80. And it's just, a couple of times, I think they get kids in there a couple of times a month. And my mom's like, okay, we're hopping here to the Sunday school room, and we're doing the Sunday school.
Here's some Noah's Ark coloring pages. And
exactly. Yeah.
The animals all came 2 by 2 from Australia. Fucking penguins swam up from Antarctica.
How they fucking pulled this off.
Look, but then the worst part was when that thing fucking landed on Mount Ararat. At the end of all that, they had to hop their asses just 6,000 miles home over water. That's the worst.
I don't know how the fuck the elephants and the polar bears got along so well.
It's
because it wasn't the best climate for either of them.
Bad news.
It was wet.
I bet it was a disaster in there.
Yeah,
in the fake
Smelly.
Noah's Ark that never happened.
What?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, this just in.
Can you imagine?
Oh my god.
Can you just imagine just the shit?
The smell?
Yeah.
Everything.
I mean, like fucking take 2 of 10 animals on a boat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
2 ducks. Just put 2 ducks in a boat. And the thing's going to smell.
It's going to stink so bad.
If we put 2 ducks in this room during this podcast, it would be fucking chaos. Like
100%.
That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah,
it really does.
I mean, I'm gonna get 2 ducks.
Yeah,
We're gonna do
let's
this.
just see.
We're gonna have to wear protective goggles.
We can do that during Schindler's List.
Yeah.
That'll really lighten the mood.
For Holocaust, June.
For June.
June. Thanks, Kurt Fletcher, for that.
So good.
By the way, check out Kurt Fletcher's podcast. It's called In the Rye. And you'll recognize the voice on the theme song. It's Sean. Oh, no, wait. Sorry, it's me. Well, guys,
she said she needed a podcast.
Good pick, Eric.
Thank you.
I like this little strategy of picking movies that you always wanted to see.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And then, you force your fucking friends to see it too. You get to talk about it and you move on with your life.
My life is awesome.
Because it's like Amy and Derek have been watching this show called F1. Is that what it's called? Formula
Drive to Survive.
Drive to Survive. And they're just like, would you guys please fucking watch this so that we can talk about it? And that's the way we were with Game of Thrones. Just like anybody who wasn't caught up, we'd be like, will you please fucking catch up so we can talk about it? You just fucking get it all over with, man. I love it.
It's a good strategy.
What did you think about the movie now that we've talked about it for a few hours and that?
This is a top 5 movie of the ones that we've done since I've been on the show.
No kidding. 2 years, by the way. 2 years you've been on the show. Yeah.
And countless number of movies that I was supposed to like that I didn't, or movies that I was surprised by. We've run the gamut. I've been 100 episodes or more. But man, this one just hit me when the credits rolled. I didn't cry, but you have those moments of introspection or kind of where you're thinking about what you just watched and going, there wasn't much wrong with this. The kindness, the compassion, the hope, again, the tenderness with which they approached the subject. As I said at the beginning, if I've ever asked anybody about this movie, they say it's so weird.
Yeah.
And I would reiterate to anyone who's listening and is on the fence about seeing it, this movie isn't weird.
I feel like
the premise is weird.
I feel like whenever I've said it's weird, it's by that I would mean it would be hard to explain.
Yeah.
Unless you just watch it. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of it's a weird concept. It's like if I just told you the premise, you still wouldn't understand.
Sure.
yeah, it's hard to put into words, and weird kind of sums that up.
Encapsulates it.
You almost feel like there
of the
should
sex doll.
It almost feels like it needs to be a disclaimer though, of like, hey, this isn't a movie about a dude fucking a fake girl. Like,
yeah, it's not
But here's a link to that.
Because I will say that, like, it took me a while to stop waiting for that.
Sure.
It really did. And maybe that was their, they did call it Him and the Real Girl. Maybe that was the whole thing to get us, in our minds. And then we're more accepting of this than we thought we were going to be, right? We thought we were going to be in here going, oh, this fucking weirdo fucking this doll. And that's not how we came out of this movie at all.
And I think also when I saw it when it first came out, 2007, I think. And to me, then it was weird because I didn't understand it. I didn't see why a whole town would do this silly thing for one person. But now, and especially of a mother, I'm like, this is very touching how everybody can accept somebody that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So
that's what you thought about the movie.
Yeah,
then,
I
right?
enjoyed the movie. The only reason I was talking, it sounded bad at the beginning. It was slow.
Sure.
And it was hard to pay attention to sometimes, but
Well,
overall,
like you said, the pace in the beginning makes you feel like there's going to be a little bit more of that quirky comedy, and then there's just not.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotta-
I was expecting a little bit more laugh,
Two
but
or three
it's
things,
okay
yeah.
that there wasn't. But overall, I did enjoy it. I probably won't go back and watch it a whole bunch of times, but
Yeah, same.
it was good.
Same. I would probably watch this one again. Just because I feel like sometimes having knowledge of things and then rewatching it or whatever, it will sort of deliver a little bit more of what it was supposed to do. But yeah, I'm with you. It definitely was pretty slow, but definitely not so slow that I lost interest or whatever. Casey, you liked it?
Yeah, I've seen this movie a couple times. It's a good one. It's a movie I owned before. I mean, I had the DVD. I would watch it every once in a while. I think it's got a good message.
Good.
About
Sean,
Ryan Gosling.
what did you think, Jonathan?
All day I've been thinking, I'm like, do I reveal what I really thought? Because I watched it while I was working, and the whole time I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like just get to whatever's gonna happen.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, the fuck was this movie about? I was like, why couldn't he have just dated Margot in the beginning and shit's over? But then actually hearing you guys talk about it, I'm like, I'm looking at it through a whole. I was looking through the wrong eyes.
You're waiting for him to fuck the doll too, huh?
No, I just figure out like the title was confusing, Margot was confusing, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is just the first part of the movie, and then we move on to Margot.
This wouldn't be one that I think you could sit and do something else while you were doing it. Like it pretty much needed your attention because so much of the acting was just his face.
Oh, he was phenomenal.
And just his mannerisms and whatnot, and then just people's reactions to him as well. But yeah, good pick, Eric. Guys, it is time to check our mail.
Let's check the email box. Email us at jaredgoestothemovies@gmail.com.
The show there, Eric. Before we do that,
Dueling trivia.
Almost forgot about that.
I was wondering, but I thought
I was seeing the end zone. I was like, I'll be watching Married at First Sight in 10 minutes. And just totally fucked you guys on that deal. So my apologies, as we do every week and through this season, and then we'll see what happens afterwards. But each week, Eric and Amy compete in a trivia contest about the movie that we're watching. Eric, what's our tally right now?
A hot streak by Amy has her ahead 15-14 as of tonight.
15-14. All right, Eric, whose turn is it to go first?
It's Amy's turn to go first.
Oh, it's my turn to go first. Ooh. I have an easy one and a hard one.
Easy. Go easy.
Okay.
I bet I still don't get it.
How much does the sister-in-law owe her husband to get Lars to come to breakfast? They had a bet at the very beginning of the movie.
I know this.
$5.
Oh, okay. Easy.
God.
You looked a little bit worried.
You did.
I was trying to think, but
I was surprised that if you wouldn't have got that, I would have been surprised because that's definitely early on. They couldn't have lost you yet.
All right. Well, that's good because that is the first time in 4 weeks that I have gotten one correct.
Yay.
That is good. All right, Amy. Didn't take a lot of notes. That shouldn't surprise you
I didn't
at all.
either.
Because of the lotion.
So yes, because I'm always lotioned up. But I'm just going to ask you this because I'd never heard this name before. What was the name of the doctor that Lars goes and sees, or that Lars and the real girl go see?
Dagmar.
Dagmar.
That's one of the few things I was hoping that Jared didn't ask any of my questions because I have 3. And one of those is just Dagmar.
Yeah.
That's all it says.
That was on my notes too. It's like, has anyone ever heard someone named Dagmar before?
Have not.
Or is that a last
No,
name?
I've never heard it.
I don't think it was her last name.
Because they didn't say Dr. Dagmar.
Dagmar Collins.
I thought it was something else was the last name, but
she's listed in IMDb as just Dagmar.
Dagmar. Okay, well maybe that's it.
R.
You both got it correct.
All right.
Yay,
Congratulations
look
to
at us.
you guys.
That feels a lot better.
Way to remember.
We'll pick. Super sorry to everybody for messing that up.
You guys.
It's almost like I wasn't paying attention.
Fun games around here.
All right, Eric.
Hello, Jarrett Goes to the Movies crew. My name is Gus, and I recently subscribed as a Key Grip tier. I've been a fan of Bowling for Soup for about 17 years, and once I came across the podcast, I was hooked pretty quickly. You guys are very funny, and I've been listening a lot while I work third shift. Helps me not feel so lonely. Haha. I haven't listened to all the episodes, but slowly getting through the ones I've seen. Then I'll go back and watch ones I haven't before listening. Got it. Jarrett, you always make me laugh with your comments. Now, every time I crack open a beer, your jingle plays in my head, or I'll sing it to myself. I've seen you in concert twice and had the opportunity to do a meet and greet with my brother back in 2015. Very exciting and fun experience. I recently listened to the Who Framed Roger Rabbit episode, and something Casey said got me thinking. She questioned or mentioned about there being Jessica Rabbit porn. Yes, there is. And
I'm sure I mentioned, not questioned.
And I
talk to me like that in my bar.
And I've painted it before. I'm an artist and a musician.
Oh my God!
Punk rock, and I dabble in erotic, not safe for work art. It came up as something I wanted to try.
Wow.
Found some images online for reference and ended up selling it on eBay. I've attached it to this email, so hopefully you'll all get a laugh out of it. Thank you again for being awesome. Keep up the good work. I always enjoy listening to you. Sincerely, Gus Mantis IV.
Well, your artwork is beautiful.
I am impressed.
Oh, where is it? Let me see.
You didn't see it?
No,
Oh, you were reading an
Oh,
email.
there we go.
Wow.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's
pretty accurate.
That's exactly what you said it was.
There is a phenomenon out there. I think they call it Rule 41 or Rule 38 or something. And it basically is as follows. If anything in the world exists, then a porn version of that thing exists on the internet somewhere.
That makes sense.
For sure.
There is no question. If you
Yeah.
ever think to yourself, is there a porn out there of a ferret eating spaghetti with its genitals? Yes.
Nom, nom, nom,
That
nom.
exists. Nom nom.
Well, thanks, Gus. I actually, when he was in the chat room tonight, and when he jumped on, everybody started going, "Hi, Gus. Hi, Gus. Hi, Gus." But the brother's name in this movie was Gus, and you don't hear that a lot anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, "What the fuck did we miss?"
Yeah, where did
like,
they say
what?
that?
Yeah,
Or
where?
is that
What?
like
I
a-
mean, I was like, "That
Is there
was
a Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Yeah,
version? Like-
exactly.
we
Yeah,
supposed
like we said some key word. Everybody's like, "Hi, Gus. Hi, Gus. Hi, Gus." You know,
Hi, Bob.
that is. I'm so glad that everybody. I'm so glad that was explained to me.
And there's Gus right there.
And okay, so he's Goose on the chat room. Well, Gus, thank you so very much for the kind words. I appreciate it, and hopefully
And the rabbit boners.
the rabbit boners, that was really good. Would love to see Jessica Rabbit where the carpet matches the drapes. I'll tell you that much. I'm kidding. I don't need to see that. I mean, I don't know.
If I had one,
I'll look
if
at
I
it.
had one critique of
Yeah.
your art, it's not enough Bush, but otherwise, very solid.
Very good, very good. Thank you, Gus, and thanks for writing in, guys. You could write in and hear your stuff on the show too. How can they connect with us there, Eric?
Go to our website, jarrettgoestothemovies.com. You can go to Facebook. There are 2 options available for you there. We recommend strongly that you follow both the Jarrett Goes to the Movies official page and the Jarrett Goes to the Movies fan page. On YouTube and Switch, Jarrett Goes to the Movies. You would be best advised to subscribe and turn on notifications. You'll know when we are going live. Instagram and Twitter at Jarrett Movies. Patreon, where you can join the winning team, support the little podcast that could. Patreon.com/Jarrett Goes to the Movies. Email us, jarrettgoestothemovies@gmail.com. Or you can text us or leave us a voicemail. We appreciate both. 714-451-6029. Again, that number, 714-451-6029. Jarrett, back to you.
Thanks, Eric. And thanks to all you guys for being here. Sean, it's great to have you back in studio, my friends. One last thing we need to get through before I stop the show. And again, I apologize that this is so scattered. But you know what? Maybe some people hung on to the very end to hear some of these things.
Hung on, yeah.
That's right. Eric, did this make you horny? This is where Eric tells us each week whether or not during this movie, at some point, did the movie make you horny?
I was convinced that it would going in.
Would.
But
going in.
As we discussed earlier, the movie's great, but there was not a lot of man on sex doll sex scenes. And so unfortunately, in this case tonight, the answer is no. This movie did not make me horny.
Wah, wah. Well, I do. I'm sorry, this movie. Guys, also, if you want to hear your name, as I was saying, just all you got to do is share our post when we put out the podcast. Chris Pulse, David Kendrick, Joey Bishop, Simon Rogers, Barry Ferguson, and Penis McPenis.
I got him.
Appreciate you guys sharing. Like I said, Sean, it's great to have you back. Amy, Eric, and Casey, great job this week. Super fun. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe, leave a review, and we will see you down the road.